You're now tuned in to the number one podcast. I give you new wave shop talk, shop talk, shop talk. New wave shop talk, new wave, new wave. Got something on your mind? Let's talk about it. Shop talk, shop talk. Leave a comment, we'll talk about it. New wave, new wave.
Talk about these white women, you know what I'm saying, and these rappers taking up all the good acting jobs. All these them acting gigs. So all y'all directors, holla at your boy.
You're now tuned in to the number one podcast.
Geriatrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn, shit. You out here with the 1985 flow.
Thank you. You know what I'm
You know what
saying?
I'm saying? I try.
Did you even get the cups?
What's the boy Young MC?
You got a cup?
Nigga
No,
got that
I'm-
Young MC
Oh,
flow.
shit. Oh, that's what you using?
This is my coffee.
Oh,
So I don't
okay.
fall asleep in the middle of the show.
Young MC flow.
Swaggy got a cup.
Ever seen that
I'll
movie with
grab a cup.
You want to grab a cup?
Yeah.
Dr.
let me
Dre and
get
Ed
it.
Lover? What was that movie they came out with? Had all the OG rappers in
Oh,
it.
you talking about when them niggas was cops?
When they became cops. I was watching
yeah,
that the
that
other day
shit
on
was
Tubi.
hilarious. Who's the man?
Who's the man?
Yeah, I was
that
watching
shit
that.
is hilarious.
I was
All
like,
the
damn, they
rappers had
had
movies back
I
in the
didn't,
day.
I didn't realize they had
hell
so
yeah.
many damn rappers in that movie.
That shit was like Crush
Run
Groovin'.
DMC and all the fools is in there.
Man.
That shit was like Crush Groovin'.
So we got to understand that we got all the capabilities to make a movie ourselves.
Exactly.
feel me?
If them scrubs can make a movie back then, we definitely can
Yeah,
make a movie.
exactly. I mean, you know, they had a little
They're
more.
not scrubs.
They had a little more
Put
juice
some
and
respect
more,
on their
some
name.
more money.
Because they was
You
at
know
the
what
top
I'm
of
saying?
they shit.
Yeah, they
You
was.
feel me?
And Dr. Dre and Ed Lover wasn't even
And stop.
Oh, they
it.
was
on
the
that,
shit.
Yes,
on that
they
level
were.
back then.
They was
Yes,
the
they
shit
were.
back then.
They was
It-
like
Nigga, Rap City was
Fat
nigga.
Five Freddy.
Nigga, Rap
You know
City
what I'm
was the
saying?
number
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
watch show
Yeah.
in the world,
Yeah.
nigga,
Man.
when they did that.
Yep.
On some real shit. I'm not lying. When I say
Yeah.
nigga in the world,
Why you think that shit
niggas
made
was
it to
watching
the
that
theaters?
over Oprah.
Yeah, why you think that shit made it to the theaters, nigga?
Did it?
Yeah,
Hell
nigga.
yeah, that shit was big.
Nigga,
That's
wasn't
right.
no streaming back
He
then.
was a scrub back
Big
then.
screen.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
silver
He wasn't
screening.
cool.
That silver
I
screening.
like Crush Groove. Now I like that one a little bit better.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It wasn't a spinoff or nothing, but it was kind of the same type of flavor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, they had all the rappers and all that shit up in there.
Hell
You feel
yeah.
me? So that's
But
what
I mean,
I'm
that
saying.
was their avenue.
Ice-T.
Yeah.
You know, you tap into, what you fucking with, nigga. They
And
had the number one rap
I was just
show.
gonna say that. You know, they got all of these niggas that they know that done been on their show. That's a phone call. Them
Thank
niggas
you.
probably did it for free
Hell
or little
yeah.
or nothing. A plane flight.
Literally.
Oh, like you said, Ice-T was in it. So they was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fly you out. But shit, Ice-T was probably doing Law and Order.
Nigga,
That
he
been
was.
On, that nigga been on Law and Order for like 20 years.
Yeah,
nigga.
and that nigga was in Crush Groovin'.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. But you know, he was on top of his game too.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
know,
Nigga,
niggas
that's
be
when he
hating
did
on
that
him,
Cop
but-
Killer.
Yeah, that nigga came out with the rock group. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
So,
Exactly.
he was on everything. Like shit, whatever's paying, nigga.
Thank you.
My motto is, nigga, if they paying, I'm staying.
Yeah.
know
And
what
then he
I'm
did the
saying?
rock version of Cop Killer.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that damn his rock group, but yeah, it started with an S, but yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, them motherfuckers was nice, man.
Yeah, they was.
Yeah, man.
Well, he's one of the few that I do respect. I do respect Ice-T because he started off way back when. So he's one of the few rappers that I actually give props to being an actor. Him and Will Smith, you know what I mean? Because they started off.
What about LL?
LL, decent.
You know what I'm saying?
LL, decent.
LL didn't start off till later after he stopped rapping and shit.
No, but he was still rapping. He was still dropping albums.
Yeah, he was still dropping albums.
He's saying they were acting before they were.
No,
Nah,
rapping.
nah,
them other
Absolutely
niggas,
not.
them other niggas
Nah,
wasn't.
they was all
They was
rappers
all
before they was
rappers.
actors.
But I think what he's trying to say is the motherfuckers was doing it before other people was doing it.
oh yeah,
then most
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
definitely
Sure.
LL was doing it before other people were doing it.
I mean, LL was in movies.
What
but
was
I
his
mean,
first movie? His first movie was Crush Groove, huh?
LL, yeah, him and
Yeah.
Ice-T. That was all of them. Kumo
Yeah,
D.
because he was only in it to like carry the crates.
Yeah.
In the movie, he wasn't really like a main character.
None of them had a main
Yeah.
part because you remember Ice-T Remember in the talent show shit when they had the niggas with the heads and the hoes? Mm-hmm. You know, it was Ice-T, Kumo D, and I think it was Run. But remember they had them niggas, the 4 niggas, they was rapping, they had their heads in the hoes. Mm-hmm. But that's what that was, Ice-T, Kumo D. And then remember the nigga was on Breaking. You remember Ice-T came out, remember he did the shit when he opened on the Breaking 2, I think it was Breaking 2 or 3.
Who, Ice-T?
Yeah, that nigga came out and was like a performer. He was an artist. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
rapping.
yeah. Yeah, that ain't, I mean, you know.
I mean, he still had a couple of lines in that still, but, you know,
Yeah.
that nigga was on early.
That's what's up. That's what I'm saying, man. We need to do a motherfucking movie.
That nigga LL first silver screening was the Shark movie, right?
I can get my boy Julian to produce.
Remember
it,
that
'cause
movie?
He produced movies.
Remember that movie that he did with
Put
the
the
girl?
kids in it.
With the girl, and it's like Into the Night or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
I
You're
forget
right.
what it was called, but
No.
I think that was like his first real movie.
Cause I thought it was either the Shark shit when he was the chef or the Halloween. Cause remember that nigga was in the Halloween too. He was in the H2O.
LL.
He
Yeah,
was in the
yeah, he
H2O.
was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
When they revamped it and they brought
Yeah,
it back.
he was the security guard.
He was the security guard.
Yeah,
He was in a whole lot of shit.
yeah, he was.
But I'm quite sure that what was
Was
that
it
shit called?
Into
Deep
Deep?
Blue Sea?
Deep Blue.
Deep Blue, yeah.
Deep
With
Blue.
the shark.
With the shark.
Yep.
I think because he
He
was
was
the
in
only
there.
nigga that survived. And
Yep.
that's when I found out that LL had that contract
Where he
or
don't
had the
die.
shit where he don't die in the movies. I didn't, because
Good
remember
for him.
Samuel L. was in that shit too. Remember,
And
and he died.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Yeah, for real.
He went downstairs to that
that's
pool.
crazy.
and
I
killed
watched
his
that
ass.
one too the other day on Tubi.
Oh, that's one of my favorite. Deep Blue
Yeah,
Sea.
yeah.
L kept talking and running his mouth. I'm sorry.
Samuel.
Samuel was talking right there by the damn tank.
By the tank.
Yeah.
Motherfucker kept running his mouth trying to preach.
Was
And,
underwater by the hole and shit.
Yeah.
this motherfucker trying to preach. And that shark jumped up out of that water and
Said, monkey mouth nigga.
shut up, talking too much. I'm
Use
like,
a snack now, nigga.
so,
Use a snack now, nigga.
Ooh.
Use a snack.
And he talking about he like Luke Walton. Kill it, nigga. He said, I'm him.
I'm him. I'm him. I'm him.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
I'm
they come
him.
right
I'm
back with it.
really
I knew
him.
that was in.
I'm
These
him.
are-
I'm
Right
him.
back.
I'm
Lakers
him.
have always kept a play over the years like that. They had Peja Stojakovic and all these motherfuckers. They all the same type of dude.
We got him.
Average bums.
We had Rob Matovich longer.
Vujicic, Sasha Vujicic. He's another Sasha Vujicic. You know what I mean? Average bum. He might hit a good shot for you every now and then when you need it, but he ain't consistent.
Man,
Look at that.
That's money.
Average bum. Come on.
He the one that won the
I
first
can go
game.
out there and do that right
Him
now.
and Hakamura. He had like 28 the first game. Hakamura had he had 23. Hakamura, he had like 24.
26 or something like that.
Or he had the lowest and old boy had the highest. But they was both like right under 30. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this motherfucker started, man. Welcome, man. This is New Wave Shop Talk, man. This is a monumentous episode. You know what I'm saying? This is episode number fucking 80. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give myself a round of applause for that.
Jerry
You
Rice.
know what I'm saying?
Touche.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? And we thank y'all motherfuckers for hanging around this long. You know what I'm saying? Because the last episode right now is going crazy. I just put it up yesterday. That shit is doing some numbers right now. So
Running
you know what I'm saying? We
numbers.
appreciate that shit.
Thank
We
y'all for the
appreciate
support.
that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to keep hitting you with the topics that's going to make you want to watch, you know? Because I know sometimes you see the topics and you be like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with that. So, you know, we understand, but we got to still give people, you know what I mean, information that's out there that otherwise they wouldn't know.
Thank
You know,
you.
motherfucker said we was like the news channel. They said
Yeah,
they
we
get
were.
their news from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
I just finished watching it too.
Oh, word.
Yeah, 79. I watched
Man,
it.
on the
Thank
real.
you.
So you know what? We're gonna take a shot. I fucking popped the cork before it was time. You know what I'm saying? That reminds you know what I'm saying? You in some good stuff and then you just pop.
Thank you. Like, ooh.
Like,
little
that's,
preemie.
That's too fast.
little premature.
Oh, she like, that's all you got.
Yeah, she did.
You like you like your steak chimichurri or you like it premature?
You know what I'm saying? So everybody, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm being a nigga pouring myself something first. I was supposed to be
Such a
last.
nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Pour the lady something, you know, before these hoodlums over here.
Such a effing lady.
Feel me? Hold your cup up. You know what I'm saying?
Ejaculation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-oh.
He said mix it.
You know what we call those?
French,
What we call those?
These a French connection.
No, that ain't no French connection.
It's called a French connection,
The Zoisted Special.
right? I like the French kiss.
That's that champagne.
Yes, he did. He just wants to say that he likes a French kiss. That's
If
all.
any of you ladies want a French kiss, it's called Swaggy D.
Hey, hold up. Don't drink yet, man.
Oh, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Oh,
premature
damn,
like
yeah.
you, brother. I'm premature.
So, man, toast the number motherfucking 80, man. We thank y'all for being around with us, you know what I'm saying? And shit, many more, you know what I'm saying?
See,
Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Appreciate
yes,
y'all. Cheers.
yes.
You know what I'm
Cheers.
saying?
Cheers
to
over
everybody.
there.
Cheers.
Air
High
cheers.
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 You know what I'm saying?
80,
Let's
episode
do it.
80.
Episode 80 for
Yes,
the ladies.
we in my year.
Jerry Rice.
We hitting my year up soon.
Ooh, that more wet.
Now that's high quality alcohol.
High quality champagne.
Champagne. I know. I'm surprised. The champagne man didn't.
I know I brought it in at the last minute.
Thank you.
I'm surprised he didn't sniff it out.
He did. He seen it, and then it was his time to go.
Oh.
He was like, "Hey, when y'all gonna do the show?" I was like, 10 minutes. It ain't no time for you, nigga.
He was like, oh, man, I want some champagne.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no time for you, man. So let's get into some shit, man. Wait. I am the host, Dina Boy Juice, and to my left we got,
Nia Sutherland.
and to my far right we got.
Flossie B, FLAWCEE with a space to the B, man.
Yes. And then to my immediate right we got
Swaggy D's in the building, a.k.a. Dr. Smooth.
Dr. Motherfucking Smooth.
Okay.
That's what's up, man. So I appreciate all y'all for showing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Pasadena Sound couldn't make it tonight. Other obligations. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So we'll see him on the next episode.
Thank you.
You know. If I would have told him it was 80, he probably would have came.
Yeah, you know how
That's
that go.
okay.
Niggas want to be at the milestones.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, shit, that money come first.
Yeah.
See,
for
senor.
sure.
So you
For
think
sure.
you are. Ooh-wee.
Yeah,
man.
don't be stupid,
Got the hand
stupid.
one. Crazy.
Yeah, it is.
One thing about the Lakers, we watching the Laker game. One thing about them, we have a good lead, and then towards the end of the quarters, the halves, they like fold up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Fucked up.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. So we're gonna get into the first topic, man. The big news of the day is what is his name? Don Lemon.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, man. He got fired from CNN.
The
You know what I'm
Dundada.
saying? And he said he got fired
But they relieved him of his duties.
Yeah.
through his agent.
Yeah, they didn't. Nobody
what I'm
went to
saying?
him and said anything.
And then they're trying to say that they tried to get in contact with him, but he wasn't responding to the meeting that they wanted to set up. So you know, it's like, who do we believe? You
To
know
the
what I'm saying?
request.
I would need to see some emails. They probably got some type of emails.
There's got to be some type of thread on that
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
Definitely. How y'all feel about that? Start with you, Nia.
Well, you know, sometimes shit happens. He went in on like all the black people he weren't going with, whatever it is that he didn't agree with, went hard on them. And then he went hard on a white lady, talked about her old ass and
Right.
got
Well,
canned.
she 51, presidential candidate.
She looked like
Nikki Haley.
she looked a little older than 51.
Yeah, but he said that she wasn't in her prime.
Oh, see, no, yeah, nah, he had to go.
Yeah.
He had to go.
He said she wasn't in her prime.
He had to go.
You know, you think it was race related?
No, it was political related.
Political?
She's a Republican. He's a Democrat. It had nothing to do with race. He just because he's half white,
Okay.
and it's probably his mom.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was.
Yeah, he's half white.
I thought he was just, Swaggy D color.
No. He's a mulatto.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What you feel about that Floss Bizzle?
Well, you know, man, the thing is, it's like it probably wouldn't have been the first or the last white person he done went in on. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
do you think that there's like some premeditation behind that? You see what I'm saying? Like, was his numbers down? Because you know this is all finance.
Right. He was the number one anchor on
his
the
numbers went
station.
down.
No, he was the number one anchor on they shit for the last like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And he been with him for 17 years.
Yeah, he
as
was.
the lead anchor, and he was the number one anchor.
And he had his
So-
own show.
Yeah, right.
His numbers
Prime
weren't going
time
down.
show. So, but the thing is, it's like, so it had to be something because you just don't cut the cow. You know what I'm saying, to get milk. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You cut that cow, nigga, when you need the nigga some steaks and, you know what I'm saying, some shoulder, and you know what I mean, when you need some beef rib, when you need to go ahead and break it all down and make sense of it. You see what I'm saying?
Other than that, we're gonna get all the milk we can.
Exactly. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, why now? Because obviously, you know what I'm saying, he had the free range. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
As far as the way he used to speak,
Yeah.
and who
Yeah.
he used to speak about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, look how he talking about Trump.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So,
Ice Cube.
I mean, just
and
just,
Lil
just
Wayne.
just a lot of people in
Yeah,
general. He
yeah.
always spoke his mind. And
Yeah.
even when the boy Como, you
Yeah.
know, when his boy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, got let go, he still spoke his mind. You see what I'm saying? So the thing
Yeah.
is, it's just like, I think it's more or less like the numbers wasn't right. You know how this goes. You mean when you're not performing, you know what I'm saying, it's easy to lose your job. Ask his homie, his partner, you know.
I hear you, but you
Something
hear
went
me.
wrong
I'm
with his
saying
bro.
His numbers wasn't wrong,
At
so
all.
we're gonna take that out.
Yeah.
His numbers wasn't wrong.
So I
He
mean, we
was
can
still,
say that.
like, no, his ratings were still number one
Yeah. So
at the time of him being let go, which was today.
Right.
He was the number one anchor over the CNN. I mean, over Fox News and all of that.
Yeah.
People tuned into him more.
Yeah.
You know what
so,
I mean?
So you have to think there's more than just malice behind it.
I think it's because it's a white woman.
Yeah.
You know,
So, but,
what you feel about it, Swag?
I mean, shit. Came from a month later after accusation of him, you know, harassing somebody in the workplace and cheating on, you know. So, I mean, I'm not. We can't be really surprised about it.
Was it him?
He's
I
been,
thought it was somebody else.
No, that's Tucker Carson, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, the black, not Don
That
Lemon.
was,
That was the other one.
It was another one from
It was
another
black.
network.
Yeah, him and a white woman.
Yeah, he was getting it on.
This is the guy that got caught.
No, it's not.
Isn't
hooking
he
up
gay?
with somebody in the
Thank
workplace.
you.
He's
It wasn't
gay.
Don Lemon.
It wasn't Don Lemon. Don
wasn't
Lemon
Don
has
Lemon.
a boyfriend, not a girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
You looking it up right now?
I'm looking it up right now. Don Lennon is not gay. What are you talking about? He
Read it up. I don't know if he's gay or not.
Yeah, he ain't gay. This came out a month ago where it says less than a month after accusations of harassment and hostile workplace behavior broke against him, Don Lennon has been terminated from CNN.
Okay.
So he was.
See what I'm saying? Motherfuckers came back. Oh, that's his boyfriend?
Don Lennon is not gay. I think he has a white girlfriend. He's married to a white woman.
Oh, yeah, you close. It's a white man.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a white man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you see the way he put
He's
that
gay.
that oomph on his talkingness when he's talking. Then
No, he's not gay.
Don's Lemon's spouse.
I'm getting him confused with
No,
No,
you're
that's
getting
his
him
spouse.
confused.
him and Anderson is partners, and they got
Anderson.
partners.
You talking about Anderson Cooper?
No,
No,
you're
they
getting
both.
him confused.
They both.
No,
I'll
no,
look up
this
the-
is him.
That's him.
Well, he's
His
pro-
partner, nigga,
Thank you.
Her name is Tim Malone.
Her name is Tim Malone.
From 2017 to now, and they're engaged.
Thank you. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You feel me?
Now,
You're
now listen. Now
confusing
listen.
the
Now
other one.
listen.
I'll
You
look
don't
him
have
up.
to believe
I'll
it.
tell
But
you
you
the
know what
name.
this all get? It still could have been some, you know, some, you know,
could- he got-
harassment in the
He
workplace.
still
He got
No,
caught
that
with a
was,
woman
that was
though.
Carl Tucker.
So
No,
he got caught with a woman.
That was
means-
somebody
that means he's
else. That
bisexual
wasn't
then.
him.
No, I don't, no, he
That
didn't get
wasn't
caught
him.
with no woman. The harassment don't mean that he was harassing her like that, because you got to think about it. I was talking
Many
to
forms of
somebody
harassment.
about this before. When you in a job place, people that's over you, they feel like they can talk shit to you. They can
Exactly,
do whatever
talk
they
down
want to
to
do.
you.
You know what I'm saying? So he was probably talking down to people on numerous occasions because his ratings were so high. You know, that's just like Kanye. Adidas not gonna fire me. So and so not gonna fire me, and nigga, they fired you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because nigga, you
Thought you was untouchable.
thought you was untouchable. Good looking. So, you know, it wasn't because, you know, he was trying to have sex with women. You know what I'm saying?
T.J. Holmes.
That's the guy he
That's
harassed.
the guy. No, that's the guy who he's talking about.
Oh yeah, and he got fired today also, right?
No, he got fired a while ago.
What? No.
Yeah. T.J.
No,
Holmes.
I'm just saying there's another guy.
Carl Tuckerson. That's who he's talking about.
Yeah. No, Tucker Carlson.
Tucker,
Tucker Carson. But no, it's another dude that got fired because he was sexually harassing people. Damn. I didn't even want to say his name, but yeah, anyway, he was white. We was talking about Don Lemon because he was black. You know what I mean? Tucker Carson got fired too. He was a right winger. You know what I mean? And he had plenty of things to say about, you know what I'm saying, for Trump and all of this. And he was for Trump. You know what I mean? But I don't really know why he got fired. Did anybody know why Tucker Carlson got fired?
That was for harassment and
His was for harassment.
And
Yeah, I don't know nothing about Tucker Carlson.
That's what he was fired for.
I think what you said that old boy got fired for, that was Tucker Carlson. That's what he got fired for. Harassment.
I remember when this story came out a month ago with Don Lemon. They got pictures of him at some woman's house. They got videotapes of him showing up at some woman's house. So I don't know where y'all think this gay stuff coming from.
Ain't no
man
thought.
is not gay.
Ain't
That
no
man is
thought.
not
That's
gay.
a fact.
He's a married man. He did the same thing that Ime Udoka did from the Boston Celtics. He was married, and then he was trying to mess with somebody in his workplace. Okay? So wherever y'all getting
I got my job back, y'all.
Wherever y'all getting
he
y'all
got his job back.
Wherever y'all getting y'all facts from
That nigga in Houston,
is
he in
wrong.
H-Town, huh? Boy, you dope? He
Wherever
in
y'all-
H-Town, huh?
Wherever
Yeah, that
you guys
harassment
are
don't mean shit when you can coach your ass off.
Hold on. Hello, I'm trying to speak here.
You're
Excuse me,
speaking
sir.
false information.
Wherever y'all getting y'all facts from is
Nigga.
wrong.
False
the man
information.
is a straight woman, is a straight man.
Have
He's
you
married
watched
to a
this
white
show?
woman, and
probably-
he got caught trying to harass another white woman in the workplace.
No.
Have you watched this show?
I've watched this show. That
It
man
is
is a
more
heterosexual
than
man.
obvious.
He ain't got not one feminine bone in
Hey,
that man's
listen,
body.
it is more than obvious that that
Okay.
nigga Don is gay. I didn't even
No,
have
he's
to
not.
fact check that. I knew that shit the first time I seen him on at 4 o'clock in the morning 17 years ago.
You
That
got
sounds like a stereotype to me.
But you
No,
got
ain't
your
no
phone.
stereotype,
You got your
Claire.
phone
It's
in your
real.
hand.
Yes.
Look up his spouse.
This man is a straight man, married. He did the same thing Ime Udoka did.
Okay, look up his
Okay.
spouse right now.
And Ime Udoka just got hired from.
Yeah,
they
H-Town.
just gave him another another
course.
job today.
Because he can coach. That's what happens.
Which I don't know why, because it ain't even been a year yet. It's supposed to be. He's supposed to be suspended for a whole
mean?
year.
What
That
that
doesn't
mean?
The
matter.
year is over.
What
Yeah,
that mean?
it is.
The season
over.
is
It
over.
ain't over yet until
It's
the finals
playoffs.
is over.
No, it's the playoffs. The season is over. The season is 82
Okay,
games.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah,
because-
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Please.
Fact check
Fact
yourself.
check.
Yeah.
How do you spell his name? Don.
Don.
It's
Nigga,
Don.
like Don Knotts.
Like Don
nigga.
Dada.
Like Don Knotts.
Don Lennon.
Lemon,
Lemon.
like the
Lemon.
the fruit.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know you don't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't know what you're talking
You
about.
was looking up fucking Donald McGovern.
That nigga was looking
Ronald
up Ronald
McDonald.
McDonald.
Yes.
Yeah,
For
you feel me?
real.
Nigga, what are you talking about, stupid? Nigga, like I said, 17 years ago when
That
that nigga
nigga-
was on
When he
at 4
first
o'clock in the
came out,
morning,
yes.
I was like, oh, who is this gay brother? He's very well spoken.
And his wife name is Tim.
Tim.
Samantha.
He probably called him Timothy.
You can call her Samantha if you like.
Samantha. Yeah.
Oh man, god damn.
Niggas.
Shout out American Express. Yeah, I just got my gold card in
Shout
the
out.
mail
Yeah,
today.
damn, man, they denied me.
You know what I'm saying?
They denied me. Maybe I need to
Yeah.
buy a Tesla.
No,
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to put you on
Oh,
blast like
you
that.
put him all the way out there. It's okay.
My-
I've done
my
it a couple
apologies.
times.
I
I've
don't know
done it
who
a
my
got
couple
one of
times.
them. I don't know who got one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, okay.
I wanna get a ride.
You almost
Tell,
you choked on
tell
your-
them to call me so I can get a ride in that motherfucker.
Sure.
I
You
gotta
see what I'm
how it
saying?
goes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to rent something for Prime,
Yeah, you feel
but
me?
I ain't going to Prime.
You going straight to the hotel?
I'm
though.
going to the club. Nigga, parking lot pimping.
Oh man. Oh man. That's
Thank you.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up just like that nigga Jimmy Buckets pulled up, just
yes.
like that.
Swaggy quiet as a motherfucker.
All right, I
over
guess
there.
y'all right. I guess,
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
okay, I guess
Hey,
y'all right.
Can I hit you with this
Yeah.
swaggy? Can I hit you with this swaggy?
What?
Simmer down.
Yes, yes. Take several
Simmer
seats.
down. Simmer. Simmer down, Swaggy.
I'm disappointed in him.
And we don't like talk bad about, you know what I'm
Nothing.
saying, homosexuality
At
or
all.
nothing. You know, we was just trying to prove a point that was saying that he wasn't the guy that was harassing females and having, you know what I'm saying, liaisons. You know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying?
Well, he
Thank
might have been
Was that
harassing
so-
them because he might want to be a girl.
When
A
I
lot
say-
of gay men.
When I say harassing, I meant like trying to holler at them and, you know,
Sexually.
overly
Sexual
harassment.
Yeah, I mean, but
You know what I'm saying?
harassment.
Well, it says
Comes
that
in many
it says that
forms.
He,
Yes.
he said
Yeah,
that,
it does.
So we don't
he says
know.
that he was arguing with one of his coworkers and said some words to her.
See, he harassed her.
Yeah.
Said some feminist words to her or something like that.
She was probably mad because
So they
his
got-
skin is better than hers.
Yeah, they got pissed off with each other, and he said some things he shouldn't have said. So that's probably why they fired him.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
well,
that
that
too.
Somebody
That too.
named
too.
some girl named Nikki Haley. I don't know who the hell she is.
Well, see, she's running for presidential candidacy
and
in
she's a
2024.
Republican. She's a Republican.
Yeah, she doesn't work with him, but she's a candidate. She's a governor, right? Mm-hmm. She's a governor,
governor
South
in
Carolina?
and she's running for president next year.
So maybe that's
2024.
what happened. You know, they
That is.
got into a heated debate. He's probably a Democrat. They got into a heated debate, and he said some things he shouldn't have said. So
He said that
probably-
she wasn't in her prime.
So that probably led to his being fired.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should
said
have.
she wasn't in her prime, and it's not her time. Like that, why choose this time to run when you know what I'm saying? You barely in
You
the
ain't
game.
seasoned.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
You ain't seasoned
That's
enough.
no reason for him to be
It's,
fired.
it's not, but that's why I
Oh.
was bringing up earlier that it had to be a white woman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
And
yep.
now women's rights are like, it's about time they fired him. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
what we all know about, you know, we ain't gonna say all, but a lot of gay men, they really disdain women.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They really disdain women because they can't actually be a woman. So it's kind of messed up because that's like me saying I'm not in the NBA, so I hate all niggas that's in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't hate them dudes for doing what they love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And being talented to do it.
The women are natural women. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, go cut your shit off and then, you know what I'm saying? Be a woman. Do what
Right.
you're gonna do, but don't hate them for being a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where a lot of like gay men have it messed up. They be like, oh, y'all brought fish to the party. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And you know, and you know how it is in certain climax. I mean, in certain climates, in certain situations, you know, they got the upper hand. So you
Yeah,
know,
they
they
do.
tend at times to kind of get ahead of themselves.
Do definitely.
Because it's like,
Definitely.
well, man, you know, everybody's in agreement in regards to my lifestyle that I have to report to.
Right,
You see what I'm saying? So you can kind of get ahead of yourself, and like I said, I just think that it's definitely because I mean, come on, CNN, like you waiting for a motherfucker to go on social media and start talking about you. You see what I'm saying when it comes to the network. So like I said, it's got to be something behind that because there's going to be more backlash than there is ratings.
Yeah.
Over letting him go. So there has to be some type of like cash or money or some type of monetization.
right.
You know what I
He's
mean?
gay,
That
and
something
he's-
that's
and
affecting
he's
that.
African-American.
You know what I mean?
That's
It
why
has
he
to
was
be.
probably highly rated.
He's African American and
Oh, that's
gay.
definitely why.
You know what
So-
I'm saying?
That's
But
definitely
also-
why.
So
And,
he's a-
and not only that, I mean, the boy is well spoken. He's
Yeah.
intelligent. He
Right.
knows how to pose questions. I mean,
I'm
he's
sure he'll get
good when
another
it comes
job.
to his JO. That's not even a question. You know what I mean? But like I said, when you know, that's just like, man, you got Kobe, then you just cut Kobe. Like what? Like,
Right.
You niggas gonna want to know, like, what the fuck y'all cut Kobe for? You know what I mean? It's not the same, but you know, just as an example, like,
just saying somebody at the head of the top of their game.
yeah, you
You know what I'm saying?
you don't just let a motherfucker go just because.
No, they
What
have
was you
all
gonna
their
say?
they have all their bases tied because she's actually not white. She's American Indian. She's a woman.
Was she Navajo?
Probably.
She's
say
a
that.
never hoe. A hoe I never want to fuck. Nah.
But
She Blackfoot.
she actually don't look that bad.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I
For
just looked
50?
up her picture. She doesn't look bad at all for
Oh,
50.
okay.
He got fired. They
but
said he got
Maybe
fired.
she had a crush on
Not
that
like
nigga. Then.
he even
Maybe
resigned.
she tried to convert him or
They
some shit.
fired him. It's like
No.
they didn't even give him a chance to just resign to make it clean. They fired him because I heard
They had to because
I heard
they're
it on
at
the radio this
top.
morning. I was listening to the radio, and that was the first thing I heard on the radio.
They're at the top, and they're like at the forefront of women's rights. They were at all the protests. That's all they talk about are women's rights.
Look at the reporters.
Yes, and that's what he was for.
Yeah, of course.
Was women's rights
For sure.
And now you're telling a woman in her 50s she's not at her prime. Although I can't understand where he's coming from because who knows about you?
Right. Exactly.
Really,
I've never
who knows
heard
about
her.
you?
Right.
I never heard
Your
about
prime
her.
was when you were running in
For the
South
governor.
Carolina for governor.
Yeah.
Now you're a former governor, so like there was truth
Now you
to
run
what
to
he
run for
said.
president
Yeah,
when
it
the
was,
world don't know
don't
you.
even know who you
You
are.
ain't did nothing spectacular.
Nothing at all.
You ain't
know?
passed or
Yeah.
putting nothing, implementing no
Nothing.
laws, no regulations.
But to keep it
no nothing,
100,
nothing.
right? Besides being black, how many people heard of Obama before he started? They said that he was going to run.
I actually did.
You
Yeah.
did too?
Yeah.
heard
I
about
haven't.
Obama.
Did you hear
Yeah.
about Obama before he was running president, Swaggy D?
No.
I did not.
So we 50-50 in
Yeah.
here, so the world is probably 50-50. You know what I'm saying? That never heard
With her.
of Obama. No, just period.
Of Obama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he's
Oh.
never before he ran. You know what I'm
Obama
saying?
got a lot of light shine because prior to him running, you already know they was running the homicide rate was ridiculous in Chicago.
Yeah.
So there was a lot that there were times where he had to come out and speak on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I got that exposure, me personally and myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But
You know
yeah.
he lived out here too, right in the hood on Pepper and Glen.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah, he
Oh,
lived
you
on
know
Pepper and Glen.
man, you know all his head campaign management is from Dina.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout out to
And
my
he went
boy.
to,
I ain't gonna say his name, but shout out to my boy Juju. You know what the dude do?
And
I
he
know
went to
Juju.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's crazy
the
how
school right there.
What school?
I can't think of the name. It's the seminary school. Right there.
the one on Lincoln.
No, not on Lincoln.
Which
The one right there on Walnut.
Oh, you talking about the one on Los Robles and Walnut?
A little bit. Well, yeah. It's like it takes up that whole.
Oh,
Fuller.
right there from the corner.
Fuller.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Fuller
He went to
Institute.
Fuller.
Yeah, that's
That's what I'm
Oakland.
saying.
Yeah.
That's
Oakland.
no, that's
That starts on Los
Walnut
Robles.
that's Los Robles and Walnut. It's
And then
behind
it
the church.
goes all the way.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's
to
Oakland.
Oakland, and it goes
Oh,
all
yeah,
through
it goes
there.
all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes
okay,
all the
yeah.
way through there. Yeah, but he
Yeah,
went
that whole
there, too.
street and it's blocked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he went to Friendship Church.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about the world.
Like I said, he got a plug. Dina plug though.
Yeah, he
Hella-
does.
Hella.
One thing about the world, well, that we live in the United States,
Small.
it's small. So when you look at movies, I don't give a damn what you watching. You can always be like, that nigga from Dina.
Yep.
That nigga been to Dina.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was watching House Party last night. Two stories in that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yep. The new house party.
Yeah, he in that motherfucker.
Yes, he is.
And
Yep.
he got a speaking role.
Yes, he does.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He said a few words, but he got a speaking
He's
role
got-
in the
yeah.
movie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we
Wasn't
love that.
it
Shout
funny?
out Two-Story.
Wasn't that funny?
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
I tried to tell these dudes before you came.
Hilarious.
I was like, dude, that movie was funny. I was
That
laughing
was
every 3 to 5 minutes.
Yes, I took the kids. Hilarious.
I'm mad I didn't see that in the theaters.
I saw it in the theaters.
God
I
damn.
had to
Yeah.
support it. I had to support
Yeah.
it.
I ain't mad
man.
at you. Support black cinema.
Yes, it was good.
Especially our movie when it come out. It might be called New Wave Chop Talk.
Thank you.
We
brothers.
might just make a movie about how the podcast became to be.
You should.
You know what I'm
not?
saying?
Why not?
You know, act
Why
that
not?
shit out. Cause you know my movie was gonna be. I ain't gonna say the name, but
Yeah, it was gonna be
You know.
Triple X.
yeah. Porn boy,
It was gonna be
you motherfucker.
D Neezy.
You know what I'm saying? Real D
I
Neezy.
think we should.
Man, what you want to do the porno?
The man. You want to
That
shoot?
too.
You want to shoot that too? You want to shoot that too?
Oh man, we're gonna
The
have
man, the myth, the
about the
legend.
we're gonna have 35 scenes. It's gonna be a 3-hour movie.
Thank you. We're gonna
They all
get
get
all
10
tons
They all
of-
get 9 minutes apiece.
Thank you. It's gonna be all kind of extras.
We're gonna have Swaggy D on the side, tongue kissing the bitches.
Show you the proper technique.
Everybody gets a part. Everybody get a part.
proper
Oh
technique.
man, I gotta see if you know how to kiss.
Let me see if you know how to do this properly.
Swaggy D still looking up to see if this nigga gay or not.
Yeah.
He trying to
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
He trying to
He
fight
trying to
that
see
good
which
fight.
one.
Huh?
He's trying to find her with a
Trying
girlfriend
to fight
in
that
middle
good
school.
fight. Like, see, I told you.
Who's
I
that
told
nigga's
you,
girlfriend in
niggas.
middle school?
In 1962, he wasn't gay.
Actually, if you really want to know what I'm doing, I'm on Twitter right now tweeting about Don Lemon. I'm talking shit to CNN right now. I'm about
No.
to
I
tweet.
believe him. You know this nigga's
I know he
come
is.
on,
he's
now.
an
I know he is.
antagonist.
He is.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm attacking CNN right now.
Oh,
I'm saying
man.
that what you guys should be ashamed of yourself for the firing of Don Lemon.
No.
You know, and that was terribly wrong.
There you go, brother.
The racism and the bigotry in this country. All right,
Thank you, brother.
that's what I'm putting on Twitter right now.
Amen.
Hopefully, I don't get no backlash.
Let me see if you spelled it right. Let me check the spelling.
He said
I
lemon.
know how to spell,
He said
okay?
Lennon, Lenham, or whatever the hell. It's
John Lennon?
nigga. It's
Not John Lennon.
it's lemon like the shit
Pizza
that's
great.
growing at every house you done
That's
lived in
sour.
the last
Pizza
10
great.
years.
I know, right?
You know
This
what I'm
nigga
saying?
always got a fruit tree.
Always got a fruit tree at his house. Nigga, that nigga might be a little fruity.
He might be his next boyfriend.
Oh shit.
He might have a Tamantha.
Nah, he ain't
Don
white.
Lemon.
He ain't white though. He
Yeah,
ain't
he
white.
ain't-
That
he
nigga
ain't
like
light
white.
enough.
He like white men.
If the money's right, how much you paying?
Oh, shucky. Here we go.
There he is.
Episode 40.
Yep.
Episode 69.
Shit, he worked for CNN for 17 years. Shit, he got
I
plenty
know.
of money.
He do.
Oh, yeah. That
Cash
dope
me out.
is hella long.
I need my percentage.
But the motherfuckers that be working that long, like, one thing about money is the more you make, the higher your bills be.
Thank you.
And we don't really understand that. Like, you be like, oh man, why this motherfucker ain't donating to charity? That's because these niggas got bills.
Yeah.
Right.
If you remember, Swiss Beats left Mashonda, and he left her with $100,000 a month bills.
Thank you.
Big ass house. They got the moat
Thank
outside
you.
the house,
Thank you.
and she couldn't even keep up with the grounds.
Yep.
Thank
That
you.
was $30,000 a month just to
Thank
keep
you.
up with the grass.
Landscaping.
Yeah, you know
Just
what
for
I'm
the
saying?
landscaping. Nigga, I just cut my yard this weekend, nigga. I would hate to have to cut some shit with a moat.
Man,
With
on
a
the
moat.
real. God
That's
damn.
a football field she got.
Yeah, hell yeah. If y'all don't know what
Front
a
and
moat
back.
is, that's the water across with the bridge.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Like, shit, they had a fucking castle. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So,
I would have hopped on my John Deere and did it myself.
man, I would have sold that shit.
You would have been John Deere with a sore ass.
Yeah, hell yeah, shit.
I like bouncing this
You'd
shit.
have had a straw hat on with the
What?
That's what she
motherfucking
did.
corn
Sun
in your
burn
mouth.
like a motherfucker out there.
That's exactly what she did. She sold it.
As you should. Don't be
Yeah.
stupid.
That's what
For sure.
definitely she
Downgrade.
should have did.
What do you need all that for?
Man, speaking of like music and shit, so the rapper Designer, he's on a fucking airplane pulling his dick out, trying to get into the Mile High Club. You know what I'm saying? And then after that shit was over, this nigga want to say he needs mental health. You know what I'm saying? So before I pass it, I'm gonna just say this. One thing about rappers, when they got like a one-hit wonder, right? They make all of this money and they thinking that they next hit is gonna be the same type of deal.
Momentum.
They spend all of this money, bro, and they back at square one. They don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? These people don't know how to handle it. Like, we can talk about Soulja Boy, but he had hit, and then a couple of years later, another hit, and then a couple of years later, another hit. So that means that he kept the hits going every couple of years. But a lot of MCs, they don't get that fortune. So
Right.
when they do that one hit wonder, it's just like, okay, I done spent MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? I done spent
Right.
all of this money, and now I got to go back to the drawing boards to try to recreate whatever I had back in the days. And then now what happens is you go crazy. You go crazy trying to make this hit. You know what I'm saying? And now he out there pulling this shit out on airplanes, trying to get in the Mile High Club, trying to come up with songs, trying to get on other people's shit. And now he want to say, oh, I need mental health. The mental health comes in when you can't make that next hit. when you can't make that next hit, it's kind of hard. But how y'all feel about that? We're gonna start with you again, Nia. Ladies first.
I feel like it was just a publicity stunt gone wrong.
Right.
He tried to make himself relevant and then got himself into some trouble. Mm-hmm. And then wanted to claim mental health.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's fucked up. Don't do that because there's really people out here with real mental health issues.
Suffering.
For you to play that mental health card, like, you know what? Yeah, he does have mental health. Take his gun rights away from him.
Thank you.
Take his gun rights away from him because he wants to play these games.
Thank you.
Definitely shouldn't give a motherfucker a gun with mental health.
Not at all.
How you feel about that, Swaggy D?
No, you're not gonna fool me with no mental health. I don't believe in no mental health.
Yeah, we don't believe it either.
Niggas gonna be niggas. He just don't have no class, and he didn't grow up with no home training at home. So I'm not gonna give him a pass on that one. Ain't no mental health issues. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You knew what you was doing. You saw the bitch on the plane, and you try to pull your dick out. Cut it out, man. Take that ghetto shit home to back where you came from.
Got him.
Oh, what you feel about that?
I mean, I'm in agreement. Like, I think it's definitely, pub. Got to get some pub.
Right.
You know what I
Gotta
mean?
get your
Nigga
name back out
might be
there.
trying to, come with some new shit. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody checking for me.
Right.
That's the best. You know what it is. You gotta have somebody. If a nigga ain't talking about you,
Yeah.
nigga, who is you? You know what I'm saying? You nobody until somebody kills you.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So
Rest in peace, baby.
regardless if that's literally or literal, it doesn't have to be. But you gotta have a nigga killing you on nigga social media and nigga some type of media aspect
Right.
in order to survive in this here game. And we already know that a lot of people pull these publicity stunts and shit, just to try to run the numbers.
That's crazy because every time I'm speaking about somebody that passed away, I always be like, damn, what's their name? What's their name? First thing come to my mind is Biggie. You're nobody till somebody kills you.
Yeah, real
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? That's crazy. And we don't wish death on designer or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But the publicity stunt may be just what you're talking about. He may have some new music coming out because we saw when Kanye did all of this shit, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, he got some new music coming out. And the music was kind of trash. Nobody heard it. You're like, oh, okay, nigga, you did a song with what's his name, and now it's, so a lot of that shit don't work. But it was a couple of months ago, not months ago, but a couple of weeks ago that I heard about him wanting to get mental health. So now that he did this, I'm like 50-50 on whether that was a publicity stunt or he really needs mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he's an artist that's not getting pub on that note. So it's like, okay, maybe I get pub on this note and then I could drop the shit. Because the only time artists drop shit is when they hot.
Of course.
Or when people talking about them.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got artists like Kendrick, Drake. You'll wake up the next morning and be like, Drake dropped the album.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that shit is everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you didn't know he was going to drop an album.
Right.
Or those people were going to drop an album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But designer, ain't nobody searching for him because there's so many MCs that's dropping every day that got like super hits. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even be super hits. It just be some catchy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we looking forward, not looking forward, but a lot of people, when they hear it, they like, oh, that shit is dope. And then they on to the next. The thing about today's society is that we can get the shit right now. I don't have to run the Tower Records, Sam Goody no more.
Right.
To be like, oh,
instant gratification.
let me get this $20 to go get this album. No, nigga, I can hear that song you drop right now.
Right.
If I ain't got the money, I can go to YouTube.
Right.
I can give you a view.
Thank
you know
you.
what I'm saying? And the new age artists that got the old school mentality, they don't really understand that. Like all you gotta do is, nigga, you can drop a song a day. Your niche could be, I'm gonna drop a song a day for the next 352 days.
Right.
That could be your niche. And it might not be till 300 that the song hit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It only take that one. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Fuck nigga free.
Thank you.
Glorilla dropped that song and she did the most hoodest video you could ever see. You know what I'm saying? And she dropped that shit. And now everybody like, oh, Glorilla is the shit. Which
Right.
her music is cool.
Right.
She the new Cardi B.
Right.
She a hood female that came from the trenches, the gutter in Memphis.
Right.
And she's basically kind of on top.
Right.
And all the other females like Nicki Minaj dropped some new music.
Right.
And that shit is hard. She got real lyrics. She ain't got that ABC shit.
does.
She
Right.
got real lyrics where she's spitting hard. You know what I'm saying? But her biggest hits were her ABC rhymes.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to sing along.
Dumb down the music.
Yeah,
Yep.
motherfuckers want to sing along.
I
You
mean,
know what I'm
this,
saying?
we dumbing down society. You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
dumb down the music.
Gotta
Yeah.
dumb down the music, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga hurting out here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
It's
you.
tie game. Pull that 3. What you doing? Yeah, man. TV froze on us. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into some good news real quick, man. It ain't really something we going to give too much time to, but it's great like a motherfucker. Black student goes viral, man, for getting a full scholarship at Morehouse. You know what I'm saying? We like to applaud the young brother. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
indeedy.
If anybody want to, y'all can look
Touche.
up his name. You know what I'm
Touche.
saying? So, man, and Morehouse is like, I'm not going to say it's like, well, shit. Yeah,
It's prestigious.
Like, it's like Stanford.
It's a
It's like
prestigious.
Stanford for black
Yeah.
school.
It's a prestigious
and
college.
it's an all-male college.
It's a prestigious college for
HBCU.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
HBCU.
Yeah.
So what did he get now?
Full ride.
A full
They
ride?
don't give full rides.
Okay. He got a
Morehouse
full-
does not give full
got a
rides.
full scholarship.
So if he got a full ride there, that means he could have went to Stanford. He could have probably went to Yale, Harvard, anywhere. But
Thank
he
you.
chose to go to a black school. You know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying? So he's to be commended for that.
Yes, sir.
When
What's,
you go,
what's his name?
I said look it up. I don't know his name.
Amir Staten.
Amir Staten. Shout out to Amir Staten. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to him.
Shout out to
It's
the
a great
young brother,
school.
man. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what my girl, her son went to Morehouse.
Education is everything, man.
And he was
He was a valedictorian.
From Philly.
He was a
You know what I'm saying?
valedictorian.
Yeah, so Amir was from Philly. Yeah, and Philly is a hard city to grow up in.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Philly is they got the highest murder rate right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They turned
And the
into
fentanyl is
Chicago.
going crazy over there.
Yeah, fentanyl is going crazy, man. And it's just like the synthetic drug market is killing the game right now. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna skip down.
Well, I want to say what he said.
Oh, yeah. Please
He
do.
said it's overwhelming, but it's also a message to other kids in the city. You don't have to pick up a gun to be cool. You don't have to be involved in the streets to be cool. You can go to college and get a degree and still be the coolest. So he's out here trying to encourage other
Loving that.
kids. Yeah.
Loving that right
Yeah.
there.
Especially in Philly.
Setting the bar and the level and the stance, high,
Yeah.
and letting you know, as regardless of where you're located, anything's possible
Yeah.
if you put your mind to it, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, we give a shout out to him for even saying that.
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
it takes one of our own, not no older gentleman or older female, to say that, hey, put the guns down, do that. Somebody that's young, that their friend probably passed away or shot somebody, gonna be doing life at 17. You know what I'm saying?
In and out of
Ooh-wee.
foster care.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Selling drugs.
You know
Right.
how many
Yeah.
people I've done met that's grown that say they grew up in foster care?
Oh, yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's a
Like,
lot.
it's a lot. And I'm going to say it's 50-50. Not going to say more. Maybe it's 60-40. A lot of these individuals are doing way more than I'm not going to say they expected, but that society expected
of them.
From
for
them.
them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that grow up in that are always looking back to their foster mom or something for help and all of this. But, I mean, a friend of mine, she was like, it's so many resources for people that grew up in foster care.
It
Right.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
It
You can
is.
be whatever you want to be.
Yep.
And I got to say this because G-Man sent me some shit, right? He sent me some shit. It was this little Hispanic guy. I don't know if he was a preacher or something. Did he send that to you? Swag, did he send that to you on IG?
Yeah, I think he did send it to me.
Yeah. So it was this young Hispanic guy, man. This dude like 9, maybe 13 years old. He up here preaching, And he's talking about, people that grew up poor, you can be whatever you want to be because you was poor. That's your past. That's what you grew up in.
Right.
But that don't tell you what you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because he had both sides. People that was born rich and all of that, and they ain't shit. They doing corrupt stuff. So it's up to you as the individual to get out here and do stuff for yourself. You know
Pull
what I'm
yourself
saying?
up by your bootstraps, like the Republicans say.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's some real shit.
No, it's real.
I tell people all the time, like, a politician is going to tell you some shit, but some of that shit is going to be true no matter what side you on.
Yeah.
Some of that shit is going to be true. If you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, then you never know where you can be. You know what I'm saying? You can be what you want to be. What was that? We was talking about old school shit.
I know.
I know I can.
Nas.
That was Nas. You know what I'm
Be
saying?
what you wanna be.
You can be
Work
whatever
hard
you
at
want to
it.
be,
Yeah.
but you just got to stay down like 4 flat tires until you come up. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Thank
a
you.
message to all of our people, man. We always preach back black excellence
Thank you.
just excellence, period. You don't have to be black, white, Mexican.
Right.
We look at
Asian.
Asian.
Yeah.
You look at other races and you be like, oh man, they got it good.
Not really.
Okay, our skin is our sin no matter what. If you white, people will be like looking at you like, oh man, why you homeless?
Yep.
Why you ain't got this kind of job? Why you ain't that? Because we all go through struggles. And if you black, people be like, oh, you gonna be just like so and so
Yep.
or da 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 da. But when you see black people doing good, you just look at them and you be like, damn man, I can be whatever the fuck I want to be in any entity of life.
Right.
Whether you the nigga that got the vending machines and all the big businesses,
Thank
whether you doing hair, barbershops, whatever you doing, real estate, you can be in anything that you choose, man. Just you go get the knowledge and you take the knowledge and you use it. You don't just sit at the house and be like, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ain't for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a couple of us on here done been to prison. Probably everybody done been to jail except Flossie B. You ain't never been to jail, right?
No, I've been to jail. I ain't been to the state.
That nigga had a speeding ticket that he didn't pay for.
Like Akon.
and they locked him up. You know
Like
what I'm saying?
Akon.
I done did some time, a little bit of county time. That's it, player.
You feel me? But, I mean, you guys out there, y'all watching us. And that's a proud moment for us because, when we started this, we never know if people was going to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? We started this shit off a whim and a thought and said, you know what? We just going to do it. And no matter what you choose to do, you just got to do it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it, man, and just get out there and just make your way. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you want to do, you could do it, whether you're 25 or 35. You know what I'm saying? 45 even. You can be later in life. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and do whatever it is you want to do. You feel me? And that goes to that black student that's going viral for getting that scholarship.
That's right.
What you
Congratulations.
yeah, for sure. What you going to say, Nia?
Well, I just wanted to say I have a friend who he was in foster care, and it's funny because I got back, reconnected with him, and just because I've always wondered, especially the people I know who've been in foster care, and he has like a really successful cleaning business in,
Right, exactly.
Nevada, like very successful, has 65 employees, is able to pay them weekly.
Right.
He's a former police officer, so like just because you have that background or
Man, exactly.
doesn't mean
Yeah.
Don't let your circumstance become you.
Yeah, that definitely hits close to home for me. You know what I mean? Because, my natural born grandmother died tragically in a car accident out here in Pasadena on Fair Oaks. When she passed away, she was pregnant with twins, and my mom was 4 years old.
Right.
So I got my Uncle Renee. You know who they call me, Little Renee.
Right.
Him and my mom are a year and a day apart. Literally, they were born
Can't
a
hear
year
you.
and I said him and my mom, they were born a year and a day apart. So when they passed, they were put into foster care until they got into junior high school, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all of their elementary years and all that. But it's funny because it's not something. I mean, you know, but it's not something you would never known that my mom had, experienced or went through because of the way that she raised, me and my sisters, and just as a whole, just how she is and the way she carries herself. So definitely a prime example of, regardless of certain situations. Obviously, that's something she didn't have any control over, but she never allowed that to be like a stigma.
Yeah.
To her success. So.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And
I feel
that's
like
to be
it builds
applauded,
character. Things like that just build character.
Yes,
You can
sir.
either let it build you or break you, and so
Exactly.
Yeah, make you stronger.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next topic.
Definitely,
Getting a little
definitely.
too sad.
Well, I mean, sometimes we got to get into stuff like that to let people know that, you know what I'm saying, whatever you're going through right now or where you at in life, it could always be better. Look at us. We still trying to better ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We still trying to better ourselves, and we ain't nobody up here where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but
We just a little comfortable. A little, because
just a little. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say we comfortable. I said we a little comfortable.
a little bit. And that be the problem with people that's like on Section 8. You know what I'm saying? People that's living, but way below the poverty line. They feel happy because they might be making $2,000 a month, but their rent is only $100, right? And they comfortable because they like, you know what? I can run my AC all day. I can pay the bill. I can watch cable. I ain't got to go nowhere because my rent is only $100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
all.
you could be making $10,000.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not applying yourself.
Yeah, you could be making $10,000 and your rent could be fucking $6,000.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Never
And you're gonna have that $4,000 instead of having that $1,900.
Yeah.
or 800.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about the bills. You
Yeah.
know, but people don't think about that.
Complacency.
No, they don't. That's
You can't
what
be
it is.
complacent and stagnant.
you
And like
can't
you
be.
said, and that's where society will place you, because what you place value on.
Yes.
Right.
So, that's the awesome thing and the blessing about me is that I've been exposed to so many different aspects in life. As far as I know, self-made millionaires, you know what I mean? People that are close to me, so it's the exposure. So I know.
Shout out
what
to Coach.
Yeah, shout out to Coach. You already know.
for sure.
So there's when you have the examples, you see what the true capabilities and possibilities are.
Right.
When you see someone, you know what I'm saying, that applies themselves. But that's the thing, you can't be complacent and become stagnant.
Right.
Because then you on the treadmill in life, and that's the thing you
Yeah.
don't want to be.
Always catching up.
Thank
and
you.
Swaggy D be talking about this shit. He be talking about like people that got money. Like Swaggy D, you always talk about people got money. They shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't be doing that. But people that got money, they got money. They thinking more on like, okay, I want to make sure my kids have money
Right.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that be the problem with us. We only think about us and taking care of our kids. They thinking about taking care of generations of people.
Generational wealth.
Exactly. Whatever they can provide. Because if I can provide for my daughter, her kids, they kids, and
their
they
kids,
kids,
yeah.
then I feel like you lived a successful life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
if all you could take care of is you and your kids, and you can't take care of help out your kids,
Yeah.
which is your grandkids, like you said, then it's like you kind of failed. You know what I'm saying? You born poor, but you want to die with money.
Wealthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to die with money. And she said wealthy. People be like, I want to become rich. Rich ain't wealthy. You know what I'm saying?
It's
you
not
rich.
wealth.
But when you go, basically that shit go, and
It's
you're going to
gone.
have bills.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you wealthy, that's generational shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's where we trying to get to.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear what you're saying. Generational wealth, right? I feel like if you get rich, make sure you do right by that money. 'Cause a lot of people get rich and don't do right by the money, and they don't look out for others.
Right.
That's why you don't have wealth, because you look out for others.
That's where I have a problem with people that don't that are selfish with that money, and they just that greed just get to them, and they're just thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about nobody else.
Very true.
But that's how your riches get gone.
That's just not how the way I think. You know
well,
what I
that's
mean?
why you.
And then,
Not per
Yes,
se.
yes,
but
that's how
what
your
I'm
riches
saying,
get
not per
gone.
se, is because I'm gonna speak because like they say, more money, more problems. But the thing is, when you know how to manage money, you can make your money work for you. That's the difference. So in essence, let me tell you, because anytime you get some money, you're going to have to reinvest that into something, whether it's yourself or someone else. And a lot of the times that's the problem. But see, you have to invest in the right individuals. Like I always tell people, like you always want to support black business, right?
Most definitely.
But you can't support every black business because they don't conduct themselves in the particular manner and fashion that they should.
Right.
And they don't allocate the funds and the monetary aspect of their business properly. And hence the reason why a lot of black businesses you go there all the time, you love the chicken. And then nigga, a year or two, nigga, it's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. And like I said, it's not that people, do the wrong things. It's just you have to know what to invest in.
Yeah, I agree
that's
with
the
that.
problem. So it's not about if you invest in another individual, but you need to invest in somebody that has a bright future. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, like I know there's certain individuals and loved ones that I know. Like if I come into some chip, I can invest in this individual, and they're going to finish college. They're going to go on to be X, Y, and Z.
Right.
That's going to be beneficial to me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm investing in the right individual, and that's just as a whole, black, white, whatever you are. That's the issue and the problem. Is because people don't know about money management.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to
Yeah,
kill
but-
our dollar too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm speaking on Swaggy. He's talking about give back to the homeless and give back to people who aren't.
Right.
That's not a good investment.
But
Not
no.
saying,
But when I
not
say
giving
is
back to the homeless, but
okay, my
he's
apologies.
saying investing into people who aren't going to do well with the money, and then that's
Right.
just lost money.
That's just
I'm
lost
not
money.
just going to give
Sometimes
money to my
you need
family.
a tax write-off. What do you think record labels do? What do you think Channel 5 and Channel 11 and 7? What do you think they do?
But when they do that, they still
Why
are
do you
making
think
money
there's
off
B
of
movies? Why do
They're
B
still making
movies
money off
still
of
hit
that.
the screen?
And they're still making money off of
right,
that.
but
Is
the
what I'm
budget.
saying.
But what I'm saying is the budget is allocated for that.
I understand
Yeah.
that. I
On
understand
the B
that.
movie, let me real quick. So, do you remember Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Of course, that's
Everybody remember that.
That's a
Yes.
classic.
Yes.
Everybody remember that. Why is it a classic?
Because it's a cult classic horror that came out with perfect timing. Because Elvira, y'all remember Elvira?
Yeah.
It was a B movie, but she was the B movie queen.
Right.
So everybody's taste is different.
It is. But what I need to say is this, like, everybody that makes a movie, right, they have a dream. When
Right.
you were talking about investing in that type of shit.
Yeah.
So everybody that has a movie has a dream. We can look up Squid Games. We can look up a gang of shows that we see on Netflix. And
Right.
they be like, oh, they was trying to do this shit 10 years ago.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So what happens? That person had that dream and they was like, oh, I'm going to make this work. Oh, this year it didn't work. That year it didn't work. Year 10 it worked. Somebody picked it
Right.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when you investing in people, you got to see the dream that they see.
Exactly.
They see it and they believe in it. If the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes came out today,
It'll
who the
flop.
fuck gonna watch? Yeah, it's gonna flop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You said it, like you said, it came out at the right time. They had the Elvira, and it was a cult classic because after it hit the theaters, niggas was like, "Yeah, I ain't fucking with that."
Right.
Ain't nobody thinking about Killer Tomatoes.
Exactly.
Birds.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Albert.
Yeah, but still.
Boss, though.
Yeah, but still.
And that was one of his
You know what I'm saying?
originally biggest flops. Was Crazy, which was one of his best movies.
Hitchcock?
But yes,
Yeah.
Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hitchcock?
Yeah, that was a Hitchcock.
Yeah, Hitchcock.
But that's to say that he believed in that movie so much that he probably
kept
took
pushing
it to fucking 100 producers,
Right.
Not even producers, production companies. You know what I'm saying? Long as you believe in your product, it'll go. And if you trying to give money to the homeless, they don't have a product to believe in. Nope. So what are you investing in? Only thing you're investing in is in their next meal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And who knows? It might be their next drug.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It might be anything like that. So when you investing in people, we always think like, oh, let me get this dude $20, $5, $1, and that shit gonna come back tenfold. Yeah, we think about that type of shit, but when you investing in people, if I give somebody $20 and they talking about they want a bus ride to go over here to go see their family, to go to this production company to go try to pitch this,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when your investment doubles. And we ain't looking for the money back. We looking to help an individual that's gonna get him off of his feet.
Right.
Like you was talking about the other investments. Other people, we not looking for money back.
Right.
We looking to invest in people for them to do better for themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
And that's where I was going.
yeah.
with
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know
I'm
what I'm
on.
saying?
I'm on point, but
Yeah.
but I mean, and I don't mean to intrude, but it,
No,
it
no,
kind of
it's on
hits
you.
home, especially with the homeless. You know what I mean? Because I mean, me and Juice personally, I mean, we spoke about stories, but there's numerous things that we have done since high school,
Right.
when it comes to homelessness and homeless people and the homeless issue, just in our area, period, as a whole. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's like all the efforts and the things that we did, it wasn't like we did this to be like, okay, God gonna turn around and bless us.
Right.
It was at the point the opportunity presented itself. You know what?
Right.
I feel like this is the right thing to do.
Right.
So I'm gonna do it.
Sometimes
You know what I
we
mean?
did the shit drunk.
Yeah, Zoyce and all that. Like it literally we done that. But like I said, that's the thing when you have that intel and you have that exposure and you know, like, okay, when you've seen people that have come from being homeless to owning a home,
Right.
to having families, like these are things that me and Juice have been personally exposed to and seen.
Right.
Like, whoa, like, okay, this
Yeah.
person is made, and we've seen people make the 360 and then go right back to where they at.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we know that it's possible. So like I said, it's never really the cause, because that falls upon you. You know what I mean? Whatever you feel that you know, in your heart, you know, like, this hits close to home to me. This is what I feel needs to be fixed.
Right.
Then that's what you need to approach it. But you can't knock somebody, because homelessness, and especially right now in California, period, is a huge issue. And let's just be honest. Niggas should not be out here starving, period.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm never knocking homelessness.
Oh,
or
no, I'm not
investing
saying
in
that
homeless-
either.
No, because I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
I just, we have viewers.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there. I'm never knocking homelessness, and like after the cameras are off, we'll talk more
Because
about
a lot
it.
of them niggas was millionaires
But,
before they was homeless.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the investment that even these CNN companies and all them make, especially to homelessness, doesn't go straight to the homeless
Oh, of
people.
course not.
They
Only
go
like
to
8% of it.
they
Of
go
course
to
not.
the companies or people who
The
feed
kickbacks.
the yes. So that's
The
what
kickbacks.
they're doing. So
That's
on
some
a whole
old,
nother- for a tax write off.
what's
Yeah,
that
of
shit
course.
called?
Like I said, everything
The
needs a
fire
tax
festival,
write-off.
the fire festival,
Yeah,
where
the
they
fire,
make the
yeah, the
chicken
shit with the
sandwiches and
shit,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the people who like ring the little bell. What are the
Salvation
not
Army.
Latter-day Saints.
Salvation
Army.
Army? That's
Yeah.
that's who they give their money.
But Salvation Army is a great organization.
Oh no,
just
for sure.
FYI.
No,
Not
for
even-
sure,
you-
for
but,
sure.
But what I'm saying is, like, but you're right. But like I said, everything. But once you know how to manage your money, so you understand, like, oh, I need a tax write-off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Once my
That's the thing. You
13-year-old
gotta
turns
understand
18.
that. Like, see, that's the thing. That's what
Yeah.
I'm waiting on. See, the thing
Once
for me
my
is like I'm
13-year-old turns 18.
anticipating that, and I know it's coming. So therefore, because I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
Because
for
I
sure.
know how to, God's blessings, I know how to manage money. So
Yeah.
I can, let me do this annual tax write-off,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, donation to the homie. Like,
Yeah.
I could do this to the homie.
Right. Yeah.
And I know that we straight. I ain't got to worry because I know where that's going.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, like you said. And you're right, knowing about where you're donating to, just like homeless kids in Africa and shit. We've already seen how people will manipulate you to invest in something for a kickback. That's taxes, shit, state taxes.
And the side note on the homeless kids in Africa, I work with some Africans. Don't believe that shit because the Africans
man.
the Africans will even take your money and
Oh,
swindle it,
what?
like trying to give it to them personally.
What?
They'll like I saw a video
on
of
now.
this lady. She was sending money to her brother, and he said, "I got this big mansion that I'm building for you. It's huge." And so she worked out here in America for years, retired, They took her to her house. It was like a broke down.
It was a hut.
No, it wasn't even a hut. It was like one of those abandoned parking lots.
Thank you.
With
people will get you.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas do love to sell dreams out
Yes,
here.
they everywhere
Ooh-wee.
in the world.
In the world.
In the
world. Senor.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the fentanyl.
Okay, for sure. So to fight fentanyl in America, it's a big fentanyl crisis. So the federal government, they done went and put cases on 23 people that, you know, running cartels in Mexico and stuff like that. And I don't understand why they didn't do this in LA, but they put the National Guard in San Francisco to try to fight the fentanyl, the governor, Gavin Newsom. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, you fighting it up in San Francisco. Why? San Francisco has
The biggest dock.
the biggest what?
Dock.
Yeah, they have a huge dock,
port.
but they also have Google, right?
Yeah.
They also have
Silicon
Google,
Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
They have all of these rich, empowered, high-paying jobs. We're not even going to bring race into it, but those people that's out here dying because they buying drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first thing we need to do is stop people from fucking doing drugs.
Thank you.
They don't get that part of it. They like, oh, we got to stop the fentanyl. Why? Because we still want to make the money from the drugs. And I seen on TV, this is the craziest shit I seen. These niggas said they got to stop selling fentanyl and sell regular drugs or pick the drugs that they sending in. Why? Because they know they're going to bring the drugs in. Just don't bring them laced with fentanyl and kill our people. Because that's fucking up our bottom line too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I got from it. Other people is like, oh, they got the National Guard. It's a crisis. No, nigga. They're trying to stop their people from dying, their kids from dying.
Right.
Because their kids are out there seeing their mama popping pills, drinking wine.
Right.
And they like, oh, they on fucking Snapchat looking at Hector or fucking Paul, whatever their name is. Right. And they like, oh, who got it? Nigga like, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Real
and now
shit.
they dying from it. And it's like our kids, black kids, we just gonna say it, black kids are really not the ones that's out here dying of fentanyl. Because niggas ain't popping pills. They rather smoke weed and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But when the crack era was going on, niggas wasn't putting National Guards. They was just going out killing niggas and just pulling niggas off of stretchers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you know.
Three striking niggas.
Yeah, 3 striking niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you got cocaine, which is for white people, right? Back in the days, now niggas is doing it.
Yeah, we going to get to that,
crack,
so save that, thank you.
To crack, right? Is 5 times higher prison sentence than it is for cocaine. So with the fentanyl, it's like, okay, we've been trying to tell y'all that we got crack babies and all of this, and you're not really fucking with it. But then it comes to the white kids that's doing these pills and taking these lines, and now they dying, and now you really want to do something about it. You know, that just befuddles me. How you feel about that, Nia?
I feel like they bogus as hell. It goes back to Trump wanting to build the wall. Why don't we have security over the border of Mexico? That's why he wanted all that security down there. But you guys want to do all of this because they still can get it.
Yeah.
If you having it just at the docks, you think they're not going to come across the border? Because the border's wide open. But yeah, it's a whole. Whenever it's a issue of the upper class, because we can't just say white people, because it's still Asians, it's still Hispanics, it's still in upper class.
Black people.
Yes, black
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But still, black people in upper class still don't pop pills.
No, but see that.
They popping Xanax.
But the
and,
thing is,
true.
that's the
you know what I'm
insinuation.
saying?
But
Shit
I'm
like that.
my apologies. I didn't mean
No,
to
it's
jump
okay.
ship and
It's okay.
hop on. But Juice hit the nail on the head, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The shit and the real issue is that this generation is throwing this shit back to disco.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's doing powder. See what y'all don't see. What a lot of people don't realize is that The reason why these fentanyl overdoses at such a high rate is because niggas is back. Everybody, people are back on powder.
Yeah.
People have moved. Listen.
White
People have
people are
moved.
niggas too. It's
No,
fine.
of
You can
course.
say
I
niggas.
already know. Trust me. No. I mean, I can say that, but Juice
Yeah.
already know because I know white niggas.
I
Trust
know
me.
some white niggas
I know
too.
some white niggas. Guaranteed. I
Some
grew up with some
niggas.
niggas from.
Niggas.
They created. Listen, FYI, nigga.
They created
They created
niggas.
the ghettos
Yes, they
for
did.
white people.
Yeah, they were.
Not for niggas.
Not
and
at
guess
all.
what? Them Irish and Polish and all the motherfuckers, they was hella hood.
Jews.
They was
yeah.
hella hood.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that's the issue. Like, it's this influx of niggas, everybody using powder all of a sudden. That's where this shit is coming from. It ain't really the pills and niggas, it's the powder.
Yeah.
Niggas like all of a sudden that's Gucci. Like that shit has never been cool. Just keeping it 100, especially
some
if you
shit
from
up your
California,
nose.
nigga, and you got sinuses and you grew up, nigga, when we had smog. There's no way you doing powder. But it's funny because you said once again, nigga, who is the staple of all the U.S. when it comes to any type of criminal aspect or element is the Bay. All this, where was crack first made? In the Bay.
Right.
Where was Thizzing and all this? In the Bay. Where did
Popping
all
pills.
this shit, all that shit, nigga, snorting heroin, everything, nigga, Thizzing, everything, all that shit starts in the Bay.
Right.
And there's a reason why. Because like you said, like,
They got a big
diff-
port.
and not even the port, nigga. We got a bigger port down here than
we
they
do.
do in the Bay. It's not even.
Diego
That's
and-
not even about. It's just
Okay.
that's been the error when it comes to the Black Panthers, nigga. The first Chinatown, nigga. It don't the Gold Rush. It don't. All this shit
KKK.
starts, nigga. 24s, gold teeth, dreads, everything. All that shit started in the Bay. That shit didn't start down south. That shit didn't start back east. That shit didn't. All that shit starts in the Bay. And it's always been that way. So as far as this popularity and how niggas just increase on motherfuckers using powder, that's why you see this increase in niggas ODing. Because this younger this younger generation, they still on the pills and all that shit. Don't get it twisted. But niggas is on the powder. Even they taking pills now, crushing them down. You see what I'm saying? And snorting them. So it's just the fact of that powder element and the fact that now, like you said, when all these rich ass upper echelon individuals and all these different nationalities and circumferences, when they all get together and they together and shit, you know, when they see the black homie snorting, they like, oh shit, well, it's all good. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa, you know, oh, the white homie, oh, it's all good. You know what I mean? Because they wasn't exposed to that shit like us. And that's why crack hit black people so tough. Because niggas wasn't snorting powder like that. But when they made it like, oh,
And crack
we
was
could put
cheap.
it, yeah,
It was
and
a
it was
rich
cheap as
man's
fuck.
drug.
But and this is what's so cold. They stretching us, nigga, for a watered down version of some shit that ain't even as potent. It's just addictive.
Right.
But it wasn't as potent. That's the thing. But the thing is, it was the addictive aspect to it. But like I said, that's the problem with this fentanyl shit is because it's this increase of snorting lines, period. I don't give a fuck what it is. That's the problem. That shit has become acceptable when, you know what I'm saying? Us and even with the crack and all that, like we knew not to fuck with crack because all our peoples got hooked on that shit, and we seen like we bagged on that was a bag. Like nigga, your mama's a crackhead.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? You ain't never heard a nigga say, "Oh, your mama's snorting lines."
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So that's the problem and the issue is that shit has been green lighted. Like it's like we're in the 80s and niggas is smoking crack. Because when niggas was smoking crack, all the white people was getting all the pure cocaine, snorting that shit. Nigga, this is straight from Colombia, pure unstepped on. Nigga, this is it. This is Snow White right here. So that's the thing. That's the problem. And like I said, now, what do people do? Hustlers and gangsters, we cut our shit with everything.
Yeah.
That's how crack came along. That's the same thing with this fentanyl shit.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Sermon from Philosophy B himself. What you got to say about that, Swaggy D? Since you always talking about snorting and shit. Cocaine pirate, you?
Well, I feel like the reason that these people are doing kids are doing fentanyl these days because it's cheaper to get. You know what I mean? They can't afford the cocaine and all that. They can't afford to get these expensive drugs. So fentanyl is cheaper. You know, I just had a few customers come in here the other day, and they coming from a drug program. I just cut like 5 youngsters the other day, and I was asking them what type of drugs they do. And the first thing he told me, he was like, yeah, I do fentanyl. Because it's cheap. It's cheap for them to get. You know what I mean? They can't afford it. They can't afford it. Cocaine is expensive. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So fentanyl is a cheap thing to get. So that's why all these kids and people are on it these days.
And let me just speak, right? Because one of my relatives just had a bad exposure and shit. And this is the other thing, because and I appreciate you bringing that insight too, but it's not like motherfuckers is out here. You know, you don't go looking for a heart attack.
No.
So it's not like niggas like, let's get a little bit of fentanyl and just do a little bit to see. That's not how this shit is working. These niggas is cutting shit with the fentanyl.
No, some people are getting straight fentanyl.
Yeah,
some people are getting straight
Okay.
fentanyl.
But from the people I know and my exposures and shit, and all the people that I know have OD'd or shit, was not trying to buy fentanyl.
No, there's people out there really buying
Those
fentanyl.
are the people that die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The people that die off of fentanyl are the people that's not looking for fentanyl.
Exactly.
There's
Because
people
they cutting this
actually
shit with
looking for
everything.
it.
Yeah.
But they cutting this shit with everything. What I'm saying is like, it's different exposures. Obviously, you know, Swaggy has its exposure, and I appreciate that. But you go do your own survey. You see what I'm saying?
I have, and that's our exposure. Is people are really buying fentanyl.
Yeah, I don't.
That
I'm a
haven't
hustler
been
nigga.
exposed.
I don't know a nigga selling no fentanyl.
Well,
You don't know enough niggas.
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Listen,
That's exactly
I don't know the
what
niggas
it
selling
is.
no fentanyl.
You just don't know them.
I know some niggas that may have sold some unexpectedly.
Yeah, I don't know nobody sell that.
I know people who are actually
I'm trying
doing
to figure out
it,
where the hell
though.
they're getting it from.
They're getting it right here in Pasadena. People are selling actual fentanyl.
No,
and they're looking
I
for
lost
it.
one of my loved ones. OD'd and died off that shit.
But it's
You already know
also a
what I'm talking about,
generational
Juice,
thing
but-
too. It's
And
also a
it is.
generational
But like I
thing.
said, that's the problem, because it's certain niggas that I know that wasn't even attempt to snort or do nothing, and them niggas is snorting now. And one of them niggas was an OG and got a hold of a bad batch. That's normally what happens, and that's what's happening. Like, you gotta understand, these white kids and shit in the Bay and shit like you talking about, like, I highly doubt that these niggas is looking for fentanyl.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're looking for some party shit and just coming across some shit cut with it.
They're
and
looking
that's
for
the problem.
fentanyl. They're looking for fentanyl. I'm telling you.
I believe
they're
it.
just looking.
They are.
I believe
It's not necessarily that they're looking for fentanyl. They're looking for the next best thing that's out there. That's one of the. What's
that's
on,
fentanyl.
what's on the
Fentanyl.
market? What are people talking about? What's going to get me high?
Fentanyl.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm
So-
trying to tell Flossie. He like, I'm just saying they looking for the next best thing.
That's what they're looking for.
See, I
here.
believe it.
Every drug, every time people do drugs, it's always the next level.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Chasing the high.
You had cocaine, then you had
It was
crack,
heroin first.
heroin,
Then heroin.
crack, powder,
Crystal
any
meth.
order.
Meth.
Then you go to crystal meth. Like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
It was never a black person's drug.
No.
Next
They just
thing you know,
introduced it to us.
We using it.
niggas is like, oh
We
shit.
using it.
Yeah.
That shit, you know, I had an experience where this dude, he was black, and what was his name? Wayman. His name was Wayman. He was like, oh man, you try this shit, man, it's gonna have your dick hard all night. You gonna fuck
Yep.
the shit out of a bitch.
Yep.
This
what they
nigga
say.
sprinkled the shit on aluminum foil. Soon as he did that, I said, nigga, those are drugs.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs.
Yep.
I got some weed.
Yep.
I'm young. I'm about to go
Thank
fuck
you.
the shit out this bitch anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, you're doing drugs, bro. That's gonna be the end of you.
Thank
Where
you.
that nigga at right now in our 40s? A nigga in rehab after rehab.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what drug you do, you're never gonna fucking get that first high you got. And
Chasing it.
that's what niggas chase. They chase that first high all the fucking time. You're never gonna find that again. So I mean, you can't tell a nigga do the drug one time and then end
Move
it.
on.
They gonna
Right.
keep going. It's like crack. I sold crack for years. Niggas is always looking for that first high. And when you got some shit that tastes good and get them high,
Thank you.
they keep coming back. And we was talking, you were saying something earlier. So crack, the reason why it was so addictive, because it only lasted like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So a nigga was back on your line in 5-10 minutes.
Because it was
You know what I'm
stepped upon.
It was stepped upon, but it was cooked so good that you still had the remnants of the high of cocaine.
Of course.
And the niggas that do cocaine, they still looking to snort that next line in the next 10 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So any drug you take, even weed, people smoke weed, 10 minutes later they want to smoke another blunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we call them, people be like, oh, like Ice Cube told him, you a hype.
Thank
Like,
you.
nigga, when I used to smoke weed, I would smoke, I used to smoke weed, nigga, 20 blunts a day.
Right.
A nigga, my boy Swan used to say, man, you can't cross the street without rolling the blunt up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like always, and it's not even that you got to be higher. It's just the motion of
Exactly. There you already know. Like
it's the
thank you.
motion.
The
It's
motion.
what you're doing.
Your
And-
brain
and
chemically is thank you.
it catches up with you, and people don't understand that. Like a lot of people, they high already, but they want more drugs because it's just the fact that you sitting there. It's the process of doing the drugs too. You breaking the drug down. You putting the drug in the device.
Thank
you.
you.
Lighting up the device.
Thank
and you using the drug. And now, nigga, you could be smoking, thinking about your next hit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
And that's why drugs is going to forever be in every fucking country. And it's going to be somebody every day that get caught with trying to bring the drugs in, take the drugs out. Brittany Griner. She only had a little bit. She was like, that little bit was enough for her to try to bring back to America when America is plentiful. Yeah. It's the drug that has people like, oh, I'm waiting for that next hit. That's all it is. People are waiting for their next hit while they're hitting that hit or high off the last hit.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And we just got to realize that. You know what I mean?
That's why it's called addiction.
Yeah, addiction, like a motherfucker. The act of doing the same motion over and over again.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to get into another topic. Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But the cop that killed her already has another job.
Of course.
In law enforcement.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he should have ever got another job. And I also feel like this. How many times she got shot? Do you remember?
Thank you.
Do you remember?
No, I know it was
So she got shot a lot of times.
a lot. Yeah.
How do we know what bullet was the fatal one?
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we
saying? She could have got shot in her leg and the head, and the leg was the one that killed her,
killed
but
her,
they gonna say
yeah.
the one that hit her in the head is
Right.
the one that killed her.
Yeah.
We don't know which bullet killed her because it was like 4 or 5 cops
Shooting.
that was shooting. So you gonna tell me that this one cop that shot her,
It was his.
it was
gun.
his gun that
It was
killed
his
her?
bullet, yeah.
Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
me? So
Yeah.
he got a job in law enforcement. None of these motherfuckers should be able to work in any type of law enforcement because they're unstable. They shoot first. They don't ask questions. And they feel like since I'm law enforcement, I got that right.
Well, that's what they teach them.
That's what they teach them.
So that's why
Shoot
they
to
got.
kill.
Yeah, that's why they got their job, because they actually are doing their job.
I feel you. But
I'm
when
not
you-
saying it's right.
Yeah.
Morally,
No.
it's not. But that is part of their job, to shoot first. Make sure you get home. So in the technicality of things, they did do their job right. I'm not saying it's right,
No, that's-
but in
yeah.
the technicality of things, they did their job right. So
Yeah.
that's why they got another job, because they did their job right. Not only
they
that,
wasn't
they had this
charged.
whole, but also because they had the whole smear campaign about she was a drug dealer because of her boyfriend. So not only did they take down somebody, they took down a drug dealer, which is part of their job to do.
Right.
So of course they're going to get another job because they job well done. Not saying they were right.
Most drug dealers I
But-
know, they not finna even shoot at the cops. They just
No,
like,
not at
"Get out
all.
of here."
Not at all. We know this,
Yeah.
but
But you intrude in the motherfucking house.
Most
And
definitely.
then
I'm gonna shoot your ass. Why?
Nigga, no
Because I
knock.
don't know what you're doing.
That's
Most
crazy. No
definitely.
knock is crazy.
No,
But-
most definitely.
no
but
knock warrant.
No knock warrants. But that was the rules in the state that she was
resided.
in.
Right.
Right.
So they most definitely did their job right. Just playing devil's advocate right now.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you because I know you about to swing it around. I know I'm kind of ahead of the curve tonight, but just keeping it 100, like it's all about the capacity because it's just like when an officer gets shot on duty, you know, there's a process and shit that they have to go through in order to get back into being in the streets and working.
Yes. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's not about working for law enforcement. It's about the capacity. And I think that there really needs to be like nationwide regulations and shit passed against, number one, all individuals as far as any civil servant that's involved in a actual shooting, regardless if it's investigated or not, that in detail someone passing, they need to have that shit marked just like mental health.
They do.
And you can't get a gun because it becomes a point to where you can work in law enforcement, but maybe we need to have your ass behind a desk.
Right.
They do.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem and the issue. It's about the capacity that you continue to get these jobs because it's certain. See, you got to understand, like a lot of these people, a lot of these officers and shit, these niggas have PSD. There's a lot of shit PTSD. My apologies, PTSD. There's a lot of shit they've been exposed to. A lot of them are ex-military and shit. So it's a lot that they've been exposed to and they've been able to accomplish and get to the goal to where this is what they want to do as a career. And they thought that they may be able to handle that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just one show I watch. It's called The Mayor of Kingstown.
Blues Clues?
No, it's called The Mayor. It's called The Mayor of Kingstown, right?
I've heard of that. I haven't.
It's called
seen
The
it.
Mayor
I've
of
heard
Kingstown. If you haven't watched this shit is hella dope. You need to really check it out. So it's this one particular point where this dude and his brother, they like the Sahas, the town. They run everything. The police run. They don't run shit. They run everything. They run the police. They run. Long story short, this is one particular situation to where this one officer, he's working in the pen. The pen gets taken over by the motherfucking prisoners. They rape him, right? This nigga takes his little leave and he comes back. They put him in the same, you know what I'm saying, capacity to where he was working at in the prison. The first thing this nigga do is all the niggas that raped him, this nigga goes back into the prison and lines up the head fate. And it's not even head of fate. He lines up the shit to where he's beating the brakes off of all the niggas that raped him. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, it's about the capacity because, yeah, that shit is fucked up. And do I trust and believe, I have a lot of family in law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? My auntie was the motherfucking captain of the Altadena Sheriff's Department.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So trust and believe. I know, but I know good cops. And I know bad cops. And not only that, she proceeded to retire from there and become councilwoman for Lakewood. So it's all about, like you said, that exposure, that excellence. And so I know, and I know the perspectives and how you see, like, that's how they're taught and trained. But my auntie ain't never killed nobody in the line of duty.
Right.
But she still was trained that way. Just because she
But,
didn't
I
do
mean,
it,
but
just
it's a-
because she didn't do it
Right,
doesn't
but
mean she
there-
wasn't
but-
trained
but-
that way. is
No,
what
no,
I'm
and
saying.
I'm not debating that. But what I'm saying is, there's a difference. You know right from wrong.
No, most definitely. I'm not
So
disagreeing
when
with
it
that.
comes to the capacity of what the responsibility is being allocated to you, like to any of the motherfuckers that was involved in that shooting, like you said, since they can't determine from their investigations what the fuck happened, you know what I mean? My cousin was just killed by law enforcement. You think I want these niggas sliding around Altadena?
Right.
No, most definitely.
I'm keeping it 100. You see what I'm saying? This is real shit because these niggas, more than likely,
Don't do it again.
did a leave probably gonna be back at
They
work and
most
gonna do
definitely
the
gonna be
same
back.
shit again. But like I said, there
definitely.
needs to be, and that's be some shit we can push, because there needs to be some type of regulation, some type of legislation that needs to be pushed to where, like, nigga, if you're involved in this type of shit, you done lost that shit. You pushing traffic tickets, or you behind the desk or whatever from here going forward, because you were allotted the opportunity.
Especially if it's questionable.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm going to
You're
tell you what
allotted
the
the
thing
opportunity.
is. So there are laws to where to keep the people who take it that far, where they won't be able to work against.
But there's nothing nationwide though. The
Yes,
thing
it is. Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you what. The thing is, we don't act on that. We don't complain on these officers because these officers have done stuff before. And instead of us complaining and making a paper trail for them, like they are going to make a paper trail for us. We're going to get tickets. We're going to get arrested. We're going to get all of that. If they have a consistent paper trail of people complaining, because this wasn't their first time. There's plenty of people that they've harassed, but those people don't complain against the cops because they think it goes unheard. But they have this paper trail of all these people who have constantly complained against these police officers, and then they go and take this excessive force. They go back and look at their files, and they don't have the paperwork of all of the harassment that they have done that led up to this killing. They might have a few, but they don't have of all of the people, because it's thousands and thousands, and we just let it go because we feel like they're police. But if we keep on complaining against them and write those reports, and what's your badge number? Okay, and complain to their force, because that's our right as citizens to do, then when they do kill somebody and they do see all of these complaints, they can't get a job.
Understandable.
Exactly.
But like you said, the problem is that shit is based on the station.
But
It's
we
not- hold
still
on,
haven't.
but
No,
because I'm telling.
It's law.
If I may, hold on.
Let me say something right quick, because you guys do know that law enforcement have been defunded, right? A lot.
It's not.
A lot of
been
them.
defunded
A lot of them
years
have been
ago.
defunded.
years
They've
ago.
been overfunded for decades. So
No,
when I-
not years ago. This just happened recently.
No,
They've
it
been
did.
overfunded
Years
for
ago.
decades.
In the
Years
last couple,
ago.
in the last couple of years, they took away a lot of their
How long?
funding. A lot
How
of their
long?
funding.
They've been
What's the
overfunded
couple
for
years?
decades.
What's the couple years?
And my boy that I know, Tarkanian, he's one of the one that's in charge of defunding the police.
Where,
right now.
where?
But listen,
when
they've
did
been
it get
overfunded.
defunded?
They've been overfunded for decades. But this is what I was trying to say. And when it comes to complaints and shit, that shit is only based on the actual station. It's only based on the location. There is nothing nationwide. Because see, like you say, you hit the nail on the head, and that's the issue. You don't think all the niggas that was involved in that shooting had hella complaints before they killed Breonna? Literally, listen. No, I'm telling you. All of them, niggas had beat niggas halfway to death before that shit happened. But once again, that shit is a complaint. It's different because it's treated as such. It's just a complaint.
But look-
hold on. That's just like going to the BBB. You know what I'm saying?
The
You got a
station-
beef. No, you got a beef with a merchant. You go to the Better Business Bureau. You thinking you about to really do some shit. That shit is just a complaint.
It's not. No,
It's
because
not about
it's
the
not
curve
the
that-
station who does
but
the
what I'm saying,
investigation.
it's not about the curve. But when who
It's
conducts
not.
it?
It's
The
not. It's
DOJ,
an
listen,
outside.
hold
It's
on.
an outside.
Let me explain
hold
something
on,
to you.
Flossie. Hold on,
It's-
Flossie. Let her get a chance.
It is an outside agency that comes when the police when they have a murder on them. It's an outside agency. It's not within the station, and they might have beat endless people, but who complained about it? And I'm not just talking about the beatings. I'm talking about when you get pulled over and they act like a fucking asshole to you. Ain't nobody complaining about that shit.
Right.
Right.
That's the complaints that I'm talking about. It's
The
more
complaints
than
that
just
don't go
her.
documented.
Yes,
Yeah.
though it's more than those beatings. It's plenty of people, thousands and thousands of people, regular bullshit traffic stops.
Right.
Regular, you see me at the park and you want to come and fuck with me while I'm just standing there. You see me at the bus stop. Those are the complaints that I'm talking about.
No, I
not
understand.
not the actual force that they use, because yes, they have that, but they also can they say whatever it was. Oh, they were doing this. Oh, they were doing that. It's not as big of a paper trail.
I understand.
That's what I'm talking about.
But internal affairs is totally different from the DOJ.
And that's what I'm saying.
But what
Those
I'm
are who
saying is-
investigating the
but
people
and
looking at those
But I
files.
understand that.
Are you sure? Because you still debating what I'm saying.
No, I just said because you just said there's an outside agency.
And that's
but
what I'm
the
talking
shit is
about.
called internal affairs.
And that's what I'm
how
talking about.
Outside can something be called internal affairs be? So that's the issue. But like I said, that's still going to be based on that station. It's not going to be based on like this nigga had X amount of complaints during this calendar year. Let's have the DOJ come in and do an investigation, because once again, it's the blue code, it's the blue line. So what I'm saying, you think that internal affairs, like you said, when somebody, let's give it more privilege. Let's say motherfuckers are complaining about them pullovers. Educated black people are filing them complaints. If the right motherfucker's not looking at that complaint, what you think is gonna happen to it? And how much effort you think that the internal affairs is gonna put in on a motherfucking traffic stop?
But you got to think about it. The internal affairs, they don't work for the police. They work against the police, trying to get bad motherfuckers out. They not the type of person that be like, oh, we're police and we're gonna be like on the police side. No, they want to get all bad motherfuckers out because they didn't hire no motherfuckers. They don't got no alliance with these people. It's just like if I was standing over there and I was like, well, let me see how many people on this podcast is doing their due diligence and doing their homework. Oh, Flossie B, you ain't doing your shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing your homework. So those are the type of people that you want, an outside agency. That's why they call them internal affairs, because they not fucking with you. They don't know you from Adam. So they're judging you off of whatever was written on this paper, and it's up to you. You know how it says innocent until proven guilty, right? And we always say guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
So their law is you're guilty until you prove that you're innocent. So when they come to that officer that had 100 complaints in 100 days, because every day they're harassing people, she's saying that if you were harassed by this individual and you left a paper trail, then if something like that happens, they like, well, shit, these motherfuckers been telling us about this for a while. You know what I'm saying? That's where she's coming from.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is all the motherfuckers that was involved in that shooting, except for probably one or two, had internal affair investigations. That's what I'm trying to tell you is you're right. So even with that being said, how did that shit still transpire?
Because people weren't complaining like they should have.
If
They
the
weren't
internal affairs
complaining like
open
they
up
should
an
have.
investigation upon you, that has to be serious allegations too, not just.
Well, when they shoot somebody, and especially if the family is saying they were innocent, but if they shoot somebody, period, internal affairs is coming. They're coming to search, investigate it, regardless.
To see what happened in the past.
But yeah, to see what happened in the past. People weren't doing enough complaints, and so they go based strictly on the paperwork. And then, like you said, the station is going to cover it up, especially if they've been there for a while. That's their friend. Just like you, if your friend is guilty as hell, you're not going to tell on them. You're going to make sure they're straight so nothing happens to them. So it's the same thing. It's
Thank
the
you.
same thing.
But what we're saying is,
No,
Juice
what you're
just said-
saying-
No, well,
what
yeah,
you're
what I'm
saying-
saying for sure. But what I'm saying is, Juice just said the topic was that this man killed somebody and was involved in the shooting. Period, regardless if he killed him or not. And this nigga still got a job. Do we know what the capacity of that job is or not? But this nigga is still in law
Yeah, we
enforcement.
don't know.
And-
We don't know if he's
hold
working
on.
behind a
and
desk
that,
or
listen,
nothing.
and that goes for
Yeah.
the niggas that beat the fuck out of Rodney King. That goes for any issue with any injustice done upon anyone else from somebody from law enforcement. These niggas relocate and get jobs.
Yeah, because it's not a long enough paper trail.
Because there's not a policy and procedure nationwide in place to where this shit can be tracked and regulated, because a lot of these motherfuckers relocate and do
Episode
the same
over.
shit.
Lakers about to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
They relocate and do the same shit.
No,
But like I
it's
said,
not a big
because
enough paper
what I'm
trail.
saying is he just said it. This is nationwide news. This nigga went and applied for another job and got it.
A lot of them do. A lot of them do because they weren't shown that they were wrong in what they did. I'm telling you, I know a police officer who was fired from wherever state he was from. Met him in Oregon. He went to go get a job in Oregon. They told him no because his paperwork was not good. I didn't ask him what he did, but he could not get a job. Well, actually, I do know what he did. I'm not going to put his business out there, but
We don't know.
Of course, it's all good.
yeah, but he could not get a job in any other state.
He was
So-
probably black though.
no, he wasn't.
Okay.
He wa-
Okay.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying? Because that was shit. That was that was a major topic right there. 'Cause goddamn.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get to the Clipper fans right here. So Kawhi Leonard, right?
the Clipper fans over there.
To the Clipper fans, we know he's not
West
playing
Side Clipper guy.
because they say
right.
that he's hurt. You know what I'm saying? But is it because his sister just got found guilty and she was sentenced to 40 years
Oh wow,
and life without parole?
oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So what
Hand
do
me
y'all
that
think,
bottle, Swaggy.
Clipper
Hand me that
fans?
swaddle. Hand
Yeah,
me
let's
that bottle,
swaggy.
Swaggy.
Let's
Hand me
swaggy.
that bottle.
Swaggy, you first.
Shit, man, I think that was a little extreme, you know, for her to get life in prison for that, you know.
What'd she get life in prison for?
Shit, for I guess they
Nigga, murder. Fuck you mean? Murder.
Man, come on, man.
Allegedly.
Some old fucking 81-year-old white woman. Come on, man. If you don't get out of here, that bitch is about to die any day now. You gonna give her life in prison for that?
So she should take
Or-
someone's life
Or
because she was about to
80-year-old woman that's about to croak any day now?
See, Swaggy, we thought you was an upstanding.
die. We thought you was.
Individual.
I am an
nice,
outstanding,
yes.
and I love
No,
white people, but
you're
that's
just saying that because his
that's-
fucking sister,
and
nigga.
that's just-
She took
that's
somebody's
ridiculous.
life before their life was supposed to be taken.
How did she do it? What happened?
Killed her in the bathroom.
Ooh.
We don't know
Was she
how.
man.
was she
That
on
lady
drugs?
slipped and fell and hurt herself. Okay,
Was she on drugs?
they
or?
was
She was on drugs.
Okay, go ahead.
they was trying to rob the lady. Okay, the lady slipped and fell and bust her head.
Yeah, she's responsible for that murder.
Okay, it's not like they actually took a gun and
For that
blew her brains out.
She wasn't gonna slip
not-
and fall
that's
if
not
they wasn't
capital
robbing
murder.
her.
Okay, it's not like it was capital murder or fucking assassination. You gonna give them life in prison? Like whoever that judge was a racist motherfucker.
I got a question real quick before you go. So, Swaggy, somebody come to rob your house. They got a gun on you, right? They take whatever they wanted and then they leave. Now, as they're running out your gate, you shoot them in the back and kill them. Is that murder or is that self-defense?
That's self-defense.
That's murder.
It's murder.
That's murder.
It is.
So you got to think that's the same type of deal. If she died while y'all was trying to rob her, oh, wow. Oh, shit.
It's tied. Look at this.
Oh, he made it. He made it.
He ain't made shit, man. Y'all
He
lost.
did.
Y'all
Yeah, he
lost this
did.
game.
No,
No,
niggas
he
tied
made
up
it.
going
How
into
the hell did they tie
overtime.
this game? They were
It's
just
tied,
up by
yeah.
3.
No, nigga, LeBron took it to the rack, nigga.
Come on, Memphis. Let's go. Memphis. Let's go, baby.
Okay.
Need y'all to
feel
win
me?
tonight.
Topic. Answer question.
Yeah, and my bad. It's on you, Flossie.
Oh, okay.
You was about to talk.
Yeah, man. Shit, I ain't gonna get too in depth, you know.
Because you been getting in depth all night. So
Family
you ain't gonna
ties,
get in depth
nigga.
about
Yeah,
no
no, because
Nigga,
it's
family
yeah,
ties. I ain't gonna get too in depth, but
We appreciate it.
yeah. I mean, let me trust and believe. Let me tell you something, man. You know, the boy is related to a bunch of real ones. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that he had to, you know what I mean, obviously overlook prior to this situation. So I definitely don't think that it's based on that particular issue. I really, me genuinely, personally, you know, I think he's really hurt. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the boy to my capacity, you know what I mean? I think he's really hurt, and that's the reason why he's being precautious, you know, and he's sitting out. Obviously, I know how the Saha can be in his head at times, But I don't think this is one of them situations. You know what I mean?
Think
I
he
just
really hurt?
He really hurt. You know what I mean? And he will really go out there because, like I said, like we know what it is. You know, on a personal standpoint, we ain't gonna get into all of that shit right now. We be joking and being funny and shit. But I just personally think that he's really injured. I mean, does that have an impact on him? For sure. Does he love his family? For sure. Do I know that? Si, senor. So what I'm saying is, you know, when, you know, Kawhi ain't the only nigga that got family from the hood.
Right. He not. And
Man, fuck Kawhi. You're not hurt. You're acting like a bitch like you always do every year.
See now,
you cheat us out of a championship every year.
You talking to my family like that, this might be a problem. So you
cheating us out of a championship every year. We're giving you 200. We're giving you all this money. Okay.
Simmer down.
Oh, yeah.
Simmer down.
I'm not worried about none of that. Like I said, I'm gonna speak what I'm in my mind. Stephen A. Smith was right. You are one of the worst superstars ever to play the game.
Wow.
You're cheating us out of a championship every year because you want to act like a little bitch because your knee is hot and your knee is swollen or it's bothering you a little bit. I don't give a fuck if your knee. If you can get up and walk, you can get up and play. That goes for you too, Paul George. Get your ass out there and play. You trying to do podcasts and shit with fucking the nigga what's that scrub name from Pasadena? Who's a wannabe actor?
I don't know who this nigga talking about, but why
he's in the
talking about
podcast.
niggas like
They
that?
got a podcast together.
Who?
What's the nigga name?
You said
talking
the
about,
niggas. You talking
you
about
talking
Ryan Hollins?
no, he's talking about
The dude that was on
that was in Jackie Long.
Jackie Long. Him and Jackie
talking
Long.
about the homie
him and
Snake
Jackie
like
Long
that,
got a
man.
podcast together.
No, we talking about the homie Snake
So,
like that. Though.
Why you mad? Because he got a podcast with the
Man, Paul George, you can't even fucking speak 2 words. You don't even talk to your teammates. So why you gonna try to have a podcast? Sit down somewhere, man.
Why you mad?
Focus on playing basketball, man.
Why you mad?
You don't get out of here.
I kind of agree. Because if you can't play with your team and you're going to do a podcast, if you hurt, you can't do none of that shit.
Exactly.
Why he can't talk?
Yeah, he could talk, but fuck all that. If you can't, okay, we do a podcast here, right? But if I can't go perform my job on a daily basis, I'm not gonna come here and sit here and talk with y'all.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I don't
doesn't
give a
he
fuck.
get paid regardless if he's playing or not?
He does.
So then,
but that's the problem.
That should be a breach of
that's the
contract right
problem.
there. That should be in his contract. If you can't play ball, you shouldn't be able to do nothing else.
well, no, I'm feeling like if he's still making money, it's not like it's prohibiting him from making money. He's still making his money. Why can't he go and start doing other ventures?
Yeah, LeBron made house party when he was hurt.
You sure did. And was playing basketball
In the movie.
in the movie.
Yeah, but y'all hating.
I'm
No,
not.
no,
What?
see, that's the thing. Like,
okay.
see, that's the thing. Like,
Okay.
niggas open their mouth,
Okay.
and then when they foot get put in it, they mumbling and
Yeah.
shit. They be mumbling
Yeah.
like, what are you
did.
talking
I
about?
didn't mumble at all. I said y'all hating.
You said that
think
shit
it was-
real
I said
low.
y'all hating.
You
I
said
don't
that shit real low too. Like,
If you watch
He
the
took the
movie,
bass out of his
if
voice.
you watch the movie,
Took the bass out of
when
his
y'all
voice.
watch the movie, if y'all watch the movie, you notice it was the
They said
last scene
devil.
in the movie. You
but
feel
see,
me?
here we
I
go.
watched the movie.
Is this the illest nigga in Nebraska?
I watched
Here
the
we
movie.
go.
I'm about to drop a dime on them niggas.
But what I'm saying is, it's the same thing, just like what had happened with
It
us.
sure was.
It's not.
I'd have to
is.
agree.
It's not because
It is.
acting is acting.
So was it
and-
a body double?
It wasn't. Y'all keep saying that he was hurt. You don't know the actual day the nigga recorded the fucking scene that he dunked.
Do
or
you
did
know
none
the
of that.
same day that these niggas recorded the podcast?
Last
No, you
week,
don't.
yesterday,
Yeah.
the day
You
before
don't.
yesterday. We know
No,
that,
you
nigga. We know that.
No, you don't.
Yeah. See, you hate. I mean,
But what I'm saying is, you seen Paul George get injured. Nigga seen a nigga hyperextend his shit.
I didn't say he shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when niggas like arterial motors and like Shaq's big toe, like when Shaq big toe and shit was hurting, and that nigga was like, oh, he's not in the lineup tonight. Yeah, we knew what that shit was, even though, oh, it's the hammy. No, nigga, it's the big toe. But what I'm saying is, it's the same shit. Sometimes these niggas actually be injured. And what
When
I'm
they
saying
weren't
is,
clear.
I don't think it has anything to do with his personal
sister,
life
yeah.
because the nigga has always been able to separate his personal life from his professional life and doing a great job in doing so. based on all the hood niggas he's related to.
Fuck is you? Wait a minute, nigga. Are you talking about Kawhi?
Yeah, we're talking about Kawhi.
No, nigga, we ain't talking about Kawhi. We talking about Paul George. See? Hold up.
Paul George, nigga, you already know. No. Because did you ask about Kawhi or did you ask about Paul?
We was talking about Paul George doing the podcast.
He went to Paul George.
Right, but what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. But the
That ain't what
question
you
was,
saying.
and that was presented, was about Kawhi.
It wasn't.
Now, you niggas got off brand
No,
with this
you,
shit with no.
You got off brand,
No,
nigga.
you niggas got
No,
off brand.
nigga.
We're talking about this podcast and Paul George and shit I wasn't talking about. So, see, if you want to address that shit, hell yeah, that nigga can do whatever the fuck he want to do after surgery, nigga, and he recovering. Who don't?
I'm holding both of them accountable.
I understand.
If we
Nigga,
lose
was
tomorrow,
niggas mad when
I'll blame
Chris
both of them.
Paul and Dwayne Wade and LeBron was on the banana boat with Carmelo?
Fuck.
I blame both of them.
Niggas wasn't mad at that ride.
If
That was after
we
the
lose
season.
tomorrow, I'm blaming Kawhi and Paul George. They're accountable for this shit.
That was after the season,
far as I'm
nigga.
concerned.
That was after the season.
Blame circumstance, nigga.
Hey, you know what? That's some Clipper shit. So,
All right.
however y'all feel, I love y'all for it.
Next.
You know what I'm saying?
West Side, nigga.
West Side.
Clipper
till we
gang.
die.
Move it along.
Phil Jackson.
Let's get the show on the road.
Phil Jackson.
Stan Van Gundy.
This is the last topic.
The last topping on the pizza.
Phil Jackson, great coach. You know what I'm saying? Goes to
Laker coach?
Lakers, Chicago, 11 championships. He doesn't watch the playoffs anymore because of mainly politics, but mainly Black Lives Matter movement. He was saying that he don't watch it because it's too much politics. But when the Black Lives Matter, when they were in the bubble and that stuff was going on, he said he stopped watching the playoffs because it's too political. Now, we were talking about it earlier. Bill Russell, from Bill Russell to Craig Hodges to a whole lot of people we're dealing with.
And we don't want to leave them out, but yes.
Yeah, we don't want to everybody out, but it's been going on since the fucking 70s, 60s, and all of that.
See, senor.
You know what I'm saying?
Kareem.
So how can you, as a coach, say, oh, I don't watch it because of that, when it's been going on forever? We're going to start with you, Nia.
Is it the movement or the organization that he's against? Because you know that's two different things.
Well, I think it was as a whole. I don't think it got that deep.
I
don't think it got that
Well,
deep.
I think it's a double entendre.
I listened to the interview. I listened to the interview of Phil Jackson, and he said that, yeah, he didn't like the whole thing. He said the what they had written on their back of their T-shirts and what was written on the floor in the bubble, all the Black Lives Matter, and he said his grandson watched that and he laughed at it. He thought it was a joke. And he said after that, he didn't want to watch it anymore. He said he was done with the NBA for watching it because it was too political. That's what he said in the interview.
Yeah, I heard that interview. I just feel like he was just being a white person.
Thank you.
We look at these people as coaches and all that, and in Montana he goes, and we don't look at it as like this person. We like, oh, what has they? Oh my God, he turned the ball over. Wow. Oh wow. We don't look at it as this person is a person. They got their own political views. They got their own views as a individual. We just look at them as what they done for our team. You know what I'm saying? And we say, oh, with Jordan and all of that, he was winning championships for us, for them, and all of that. But we don't think about their political views or how they view us as a people. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he didn't really give a shit. He was trying to get his legacy.
And he's I'm sorry, Nia. I know you.
No, go ahead.
Please
No,
let me
go
just
ahead.
get
Go
this.
ahead.
Because
Go
he's
ahead.
a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And like I've been on Dick Arnold because when fucking Michael Jordan's daddy died, that was some trill shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, you had a lot to say about that shit though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Don't forget, nigga, what got you there and where you really come from. And the fact this nigga was a New York Knick, right? This nigga did play with Willis Reed, didn't he?
All right, calm down, LeBron. You don't need to
You
do
know
all
what I'm
that.
saying?
Like you mad.
So
and shit.
so
Calm
so
your
what I'm
ass
saying
down.
is,
You ain't doing shit.
let's not act brand new now. And like you said, and like Nia said, like it's a problem with the establishment because has this nigga not always had an issue with the
Calm your
NBA?
ugly ass down.
Has Phil Jackson not always had an issue with the NBA in the way because he wants to be the Dalai Lama of this shit? You see what I'm saying? So don't let your personal views misconstrue what the fuck made you as an individual, right? Because it was you in the books and shit that you was telling Scotty and Mike and shit to read and shit after his father passed and all this shit to woo-saw and get in touch with Thao and the trips and shit that you took Kobe and Shaq and all these niggas on, these resorts and shit and all these retreats and shit. Now all of a sudden you want to separate politics from the books.
Right.
But when the shit benefits you, oh, we're all for it.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. And that's only because you nigga in Montana and you can sit back and say that shit because you're no longer associated.
Not at all. What you got to say, Nia? My bad.
I just know with Black Lives Matter is very touchy. It's a very touchy subject. And especially with white people, because they put the movement and the organization together, and they don't know how to differentiate the two.
Right.
We do because, you know, this is our lives, and we know what the difference is.
Right.
So when they hear BML, like when they had it all across the street and they were posting it everywhere, that was really the organization. That had nothing to do with the movement.
Thank you.
Because the movement has been going on for a very long time.
Thank you.
So I just need to know a little bit more from him if it's the movement or the organization.
I don't
'cause they
think
do
he's
put it
going to
together.
differentiate the two.
Of
I
course
don't.
not.
Well, I feel like they
Yeah, I don't
can't.
think
I don't
so.
feel like they can't. I feel like it's like all one to them.
Definitely.
But he already established that. And the problem is you got to understand, like, everybody in the NBA ain't black. All these niggas agreed to put on them jerseys and shit and all that shit. Asian people, white people, all people. You see what I'm saying?
But-
so how dare you take a slap? Like, you didn't play on an all-white team.
Yes, but
You ain't never coached an all-white team.
that's true.
How dare you say anything about a nigga talking about Black Lives Matter when the majority of the championships you won was because of black lives?
But the ones who put it all on it was based on the organization. It wasn't based on
the
the
organization of what?
movement. BML.
No, but the
Yeah,
NBA
but
stepped
the
up and
NBA.
said this, though, in the bubble. Like, you know what? Tonight, after the players was like, you know what? We not having a game tonight. After the players said that shit, they say, you know what? Fuck that shit. Tonight, fuck the games.
But this was all based off of the organization because the movement had been going on before all of this. They didn't make a big deal until the organization came into play. That's when everybody was like, okay, this is something that really matters because of the organization. And that's what
And
we have
because of
to.
what was going on.
Yes, but the organization put it more in light. I'm telling you, it is a super political move for them to do that. It was super political, and it was super had to do with the organization because Black Lives Matter has been going on way before
Right.
all of this.
Everybody.
Way before all of this.
And
So nobody was saying anything about it before that until
No.
the organization stepped in.
it's so funny, and this is why you have to tip your hat to the fucking NBA, because the NBA finally said, "Hey, you know what? Let's have the people that drive all the compensation for us have a say in something." Because when Kaepernick took a knee, all hell broke loose. And guess what he was speaking on? Black lives that mattered. But the fact that, like you said, an organization being the NBA, not Black Lives Matter, took it upon themselves to say, hey, you know what? We're going to put this shit on the back of our jerseys. It's not like it's not like the Black Lives Matter movement had to reach out to the NBA and say, you know what? We got an idea for you. You should do this shit. It was the climate, and it was the players, which are not all black, that decided enough is enough. And that was a step in the right direction before this ass backwards nigga with this totally different concept of how he approaches life and coaching, and that he exposed and opened other people's horizons to, like Kobe, like Shaq's, like all these other individuals, had the audacity to backtrack on this shit like, oh, well, I don't fuck with it now. That's some bullshit. And it really is, because when it came trials and tribulations and situations within, just like when Kobe was on fucking trial, all of that shit, all the persecution and shit that this man has been exposed to, and not only that, that he has actually spoken on, to have the audacity to come out and say some shit like that now because you're not associated with the NBA, it's some bullshit. Because you know who his wife is, right?
Who's his wife?
Who owns the Lakers?
That's his wife?
Jeannie Buss.
They're not together. I don't think they're together anymore.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Anyway,
but
it's
still.
anybody K when it comes to that boy saying that boy. And that's some bullshit, because like I said, Kaepernick sacrificed his shit for the movement.
I feel
And the
some type of way about
association,
that. I feel
but
some type
an
of way about
association was not supportive. But when these boys came out in the NBA and said, nigga, we not playing tonight, the NBA said, shit, well, we can't force these niggas to play. And not only that, it's not all the brothers. All these white boys ain't playing either. It's a real problem. You have to address the elephant in the room. You got dark.
Let me stop you, nigga.
You got a dark skinned nigga walking around here. You know, this nigga is the element right here.
This guy's still out there hanging around.
Yeah,
Why are you
yeah.
still here? Go home, Paul. It's time
Paul
to go
Wall.
home. Why are you still hanging
Listen.
out?
So
know
Juice
why.
gonna whisper to her and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come back. This nigga still gonna
Time
be
for you
talking."
to go
and then,
home.
No, that's not
Goodbye.
what happened.
Nah,
Bye-bye. Go home.
we don't love you that much, nigga. Nah.
I know you don't. I know you miss me much. You don't love me much.
Oh, shit.
I'm too light skinned for that.
No, we love all shades. You know what I'm saying? We all shades. We go from light to I don't know what the beige, nigga. What are
That
you?
nigga's he's
Medium.
topaz.
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 And then we skip over here to the brown, and I'm black.
Anyways,
Yes.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Oh, nigga, y'all niggas is walking off the
We
set.
almost done.
You
Hold on,
niggas
we
ain't
almost
Mike
done.
dropping or Martin Lawrence or none of that.
I'm walking
you
off
did.
because
Niggas
I'm
better
mad that the
do it
Lakers won, so
appropriately.
I'm leaving.
Just do it appropriately.
Yeah. So what we got to
The-
say, man?
The Lakers won, so
What
I'm
do you have to
leaving.
say about the Phil Jackson and BML?
Yeah. What you
Mr.
got to say
Swag.
about that?
You guys did all the talking for all of us, so you know,
No,
I mean, ain't nothing
but-
else for me to say about it.
It is.
You did, y'all. You and Flossie did all the talking for me and Juice. Me and Juice didn't even get a word in edgewise.
You were so busy watching the game.
I got
Go
a word
ahead.
in. I
It's
got a
yours.
word
The
in.
edge is-
It's yours.
Stop it.
I think
I
the
got a
edge
word
is-
in.
Don't try to put other people in your just because you don't want to talk because you mad. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, he mad because the Lakers won and the Clippers
You guys
lost.
don't. You guys don't want to hear what I got to say. 'cause
We
I'm,
do.
We do.
I'm gonna go against everything that y'all just said.
What do you
But
have to say?
that's why we here. I told you when we started this, I fuck with you because you opposite of me. Opposite the track,
Opposites
motherfucker.
attract.
I mean-
Monkey
So
in
go
my
ahead.
mouth.
What you got to say?
And
Monkey to the
'cause
mouth.
In a way, I mean, I feel like Phil Jackson shouldn't have said what he said, but in a way, I felt like I mean, because
That's the
I
white
agree.
people.
I agree what he says in a way because I feel like
That's the white people.
these guys don't leave that politics out of the game. You know what I mean? Play basketball. Like LeBron James be trying to be political and say stuff political. It's like the lady said, shut up and dribble, LeBron. Play basketball. You're an athlete. You're not a
Athlete.
politician.
What is?
Play basketball, brother. Leave politicians alone. You ain't got nothing to do with that. So don't be trying to be political. And they were trying to do too much. I feel like the Black Lives Matter was they was doing too much. It's like, come on, man. We don't need to paint it on the goddamn street and wear T-shirts and all this because at the end of the day, Black Lives Matter, but y'all still out here killing each other up every fucking day. So don't come at me with that Black Lives Matter bullshit when y'all still out here when we still hear black on black crime, We hear rappers dying every goddamn day, killing up each other. So miss me with that Black Lives Matter bullshit. When you stop killing each other, then I might respect the Black Lives Movement. And that's what I got to say about it.
Okay, I feel you. You black though.
We wanted to hear that.
And thank you.
Why you think we didn't want to hear that? Because the people, it's some people that's watching this that feels just like you. You feel me?
Right. I'm
So
sure they are.
don't think that you're ever unseen.
I actually agree with you.
Hey, on mamas though, we got an 80-year-old white boy out there watching this shit, and that nigga is applauding you right now.
Yeah, you feel me? That nigga
I
like
agree
this.
with you too.
He's applauding you.
You know what I'm saying?
He's applauding you.
That's right. I'm Carlton.
Yeah.
Yes, you
It's
are.
not
I agree with-
unusual to be loved by
Why you
anyone.
tell on himself though?
Oh shit.
I
love
agree
it.
with you
He
to a
tells on
certain
himself.
extent too, especially
Tells on
about
himself.
LeBron, because LeBron would talk about some political stuff that he just didn't know about or just shouldn't have spoke on, like the whole China thing. Like he's not really. He
No
doesn't really know.
international
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
You don't know the government like that. Like
Right.
you really shouldn't have spoke on stuff like that. And then we saw you had to recant your statement and apologize anyway.
Yeah.
About what you said. But also, I also agree with the whole black on black crime. Like, why are we marching
That's the major
for
thing.
white people killing black people, but we not saying nothing about black people killing black people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, if we gonna be Black Lives Matter, we have to be Black Lives Matter all across the board.
I agree with that. But the only thing I got to say about that is this: like, how, like, okay, we are black, right? So if
The entire universe.
Timothy killed my cousin, right, and Timothy's best friend is Richard, right, but they call him Too Sweet from Woot Street, Timothy is going to want revenge. So the cousin is dead, but nigga, Lil Black, Lil Ray, Lil Timothy on that side, they still alive. So he gonna come through and shoot up everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it gets misconstrued, because Black Lives Matter is a movement for black people, not for idiots and niggas.
Thank you.
And that's where the shits gets fucked up, because the niggas that's the people that's killing people in the streets, them is niggas. Them ain't got nothing to do with the black people that's trying to uplift theyself. Them is the same people we was talking about earlier from the Section 8 and all of that. Those are them niggas that ain't got
Stagnated,
no future.
complacent niggas.
so their lives don't matter?
That's
No,
not
they
what
do.
I'm saying. What I'm saying is them niggas don't live by the same rules that people that's trying to make it live.
But we don't know if Little Ray and Sweet Tooth from Tutu.
They on the corner. They on the corner.
That's the difference.
But they could
They on
change
the
their
corner.
lives.
They not on the
can.
pot, but they
But
not on the podcast.
Right then and there, they not on that new next level shit. They on that, I want get back. I want this. I want that.
But also with that, a lot of innocent lives happen even when they do kill.
It definitely does.
Yeah, the little kids.
All that in
die,
drive-bys.
yeah, so
all
I mean,
that shit is sad.
You
it's
can say that
still-
shit right now, but can you stop it?
No.
You as an individual, can you
cannot.
stop it?
No, but
Can you stop Little Sweet Tooth from
Thank
going
you.
to shoot up fucking
can't.
Ray for
Absolutely
shooting
not.
up his homie Timothy?
absolutely not. But just like we
Exactly.
can't stop the white people from killing black people either.
Exactly.
We can't stop none of it. So the
Exactly.
Black Lives Movement, it can't stop it. It's just bringing light to it. That's all it's doing. It's bringing light to
A
it.
shining star, or when they used to expose the movies and they used to put the light up and the shit used to
Yeah.
dance
Yeah,
around
I know.
the theater.
Yeah.
That's what this shit is. But like I said, that's the thing. So the problem is that, like you said, like the NBA didn't have a choice. It's different. The NFL had a choice.
Yeah, because it's
Because
I ain't gonna say
it
it's
was
50-50,
but it was,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
they had total control. So they just exiled Kaepernick.
Because it wasn't enough.
No,
of
no,
them
no. Hold on.
behind
Hold
him.
on. But what I'm saying is, when the NBA, they didn't have a choice, because when the white boys was like, and the white coaches and the white assistant coaches and all that shit, and
Up to the
everybody
owners.
came out, and them niggas came out and was like, we're not playing today. The NBA didn't anticipate that. They was just like, we gotta run with the shit. So it's a business. So what did they do?
I mean, I agree,
agree
but
with
I,
you.
They put
I
niggas
totally
but
disagree.
Yeah,
but they put
I'm
but
with you.
it's the truth though. They put
I
niggas.
mean,
They put niggas in a bubble. Let me tell you how.
Hold on. Before you go to the next thing, because you nigga, you long winded. What I need to say, nigga, is this: like, NBA is run by niggas.
Yeah.
When we got the new dude, what's his name? What's the new dude in charge?
The little skinny white neck.
What's his name?
I forget his name. He looks like a baby David
Sterling.
but he's a Sterling.
So
Not Stern, but a Sterling.
He's in charge, right? And he understands that it's 75% black. So what we got to do is we got to run with the most people,
The majority.
because what can they do? They can say, nigga, we gonna make this Black Basketball Association, the BBA. We can make this over here, take
Or the
all
Big
our
Three.
players. Yeah, exactly. But we can make all our players come over here. So, nigga, I'm gonna subject myself to fucking with them and their movement. Football, they don't give a fuck because, nigga, their contracts are not fully guaranteed. NBA is fully guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucking difference. A guaranteed contract versus, nigga, I can let you go tomorrow and, nigga, I don't have to pay you no more besides your signing bonus. That's where the problem comes in. So if you got 3,000 people in the NBA and they're all guaranteed for this year contract, I got to do what the majority says we're going to do. That's where it differentiates from the NFL. We can't even bring the NFL into this Phil Jackson shit because NBA ain't got nothing to do with that. It's the NBA. It's always been more black people in the NBA since the fucking 70s.
Right.
Since the 80s.
Right.
Since they realized that these niggas is athletic.
Right.
They gonna have fucking people tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about it with another subject. Their bottom line is the black people and working, and the white people and the black people, Mexican, different countries, Asian, all these people watching these black people playing this sport. And they doing shit that they never seen before every fucking night.
And emulating.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's where they get it from. If this is where I make my money, if I make my money over here selling dope, I'm not going to stop coming to this corner. If these people over here say, hey, I need that fentanyl, I'm going to start selling fentanyl. You feel me? Because that's what the people want. And if the people say, hey, I need you to get behind this Black Lives Matter movement, I'm going to get behind that shit. Because those are people that's buying. These are people that's working for me. And they all want to fuck with it. And I'm not going to say, you can't wear that T-shirt. So now we wearing the T-shirt. We wearing the T-shirt first. Next thing you know, we got endorsements. Now we got commercials running. And it's all money bottom line.
Bottom line.
And it's separated between all teams and all players.
And you're right. But what I said from the beginning, the NBA didn't have a choice. They had to run with that because that was the narrative. And they couldn't miss out on that money.
That's what I'm saying.
But so the NFL,
we're agreeing. So what I'm saying is
the same thing.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is that's the same shit I just said. Because they had because that was the difference between them and the Kaepernick shit.
But that's what I was saying. You can't say that between them and the Kaepernick
because
shit.
It's a real example because it's the same magnitude when it comes to the impact as far as the players.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the result is that, we ain't got to fuck with these niggas like that.
All right, keep the mic up.
We got to fuck with them like that.
Yeah.
Because this is where the money, and not only that, this is an opportunity. So the niggas in the NBA presented them some shit that they wasn't even anticipating. Yeah. They was like, you know what? Oh, shit. No, this is just a new narrative.
I hear what you're saying. But that's why I say you can't differentiate the two.
It's not a parallel.
It's not a, like she said, it's not a parallel, nigga. The parallel is the fight, but the parallel is not where the money comes in. They're not going to get endorsements for the NFL with all white fucking owners and a lot of white players. You're going to get the impact when there's black players You got a few black owners and minority owners sprinkled in. So now we got to deal with this. Over there, they ain't got to deal with that shit in the NFL.
Exactly.
They don't have to.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but what I'm saying
we
is,
want to hold up. We want to agree with the shit, but we can't agree because Kaepernick was dealing with niggas that didn't want to stand up for him.
Right.
You get me? But then you got NBA where niggas is like, nigga, we in solidarity. In the NFL, niggas is like, I hate you because you a Tennessee Titan. In the NBA, niggas is like, oh, nigga, we just beat y'all by 30, nigga, but we gonna go out tonight. It's a whole difference. The
only difference is what they call them. Because 60 to 70% to 80% of the niggas that play in the NFL are black.
Okay.
And the same shit applies to the NBA.
It's not, because it's like 90% of niggas in the NFL. NBA.
But what
you got, like,
listen,
less than 3 white people on the team in the NBA.
No, you don't. But
You
what
do.
I'm saying, no, what I'm saying.
How many
is,
white people are on the fucking Clippers? Count them.
Listen,
You can count them on one hand.
Listen,
You can count them on one hand.
Answer the question.
We got
Answer the question.
some real shit. You
How
think
many
we
white
got
people?
3 white people that play for the Clippers?
How many white people?
You got less than 5.
Listen,
you got
think
less than 5.
and we're just talking about the Clippers. But you think we got 3 white people that play for the
How
Clippers?
many?
How many white boys play for the Lakers?
1, 2 white people on the Lakers.
Which 2?
Fucking what's the white boy name that was
Reeves?
playing tonight? Reeves, and I can't even name the other one.
Okay.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
So what
How many
I'm
white
telling
people-
you, no,
how
real
many white
shit. What I'm
people-
telling you is that.
How many white people?
Who
What's your
runs-
football team? Frisco, right?
But listen,
How many white people on Frisco
listen.
team?
Who runs sports?
Is in different
Listen,
sports.
who
in,
runs sports?
in different sports
Who
is different.
No, who
Answer
who
how many white
generate?
people?
No, Nick.
Why you
listen
not
to
gonna
me.
answer how many white people play on the Clippers?
You gonna ask
you
me
wanna
a
ask
question, but you don't want to answer the question.
No, I can.
How many
Answer.
white
How many
people on the
white people
I'm not
Clippers?
to sit here and make it up.
You
How
asked
many
me.
white people play
You
for the
asked
Clippers?
me. So I
Listen.
can't ask you the
Listen.
same question.
You
So,
asked them first.
That's
We
kind of fucked up.
have
It is.
probably
That's kinda
around
fucked up.
4 people.
So that goes to the point.
that are white.
It's
of
16
white
people.
descent.
So that's
it's 16
white
people
descent.
on the roster.
So that's
16
white
people on the
descent.
roster.
That goes
White
to the
descent.
point.
But it
That's
goes
more
and
than
it
the
does.
two-thirds
But what
black.
I'm telling you is that
But you're not even listening to the
no,
point.
I am. Because
The point is, it's
you
more
can
white
Google,
people
you wanna
in
Google
NFL.
Some shit, Google that shit right now.
We don't
There's
wanna
more
Google no shit.
Right. There's more niggas that play in the NFL than it does in the NBA. But like I said, when it comes down and
Nigga,
once
it's-
again,
Absolutely not.
Stop it.
Absolutely
Stop
not.
it. It actually is. I'm going to tell you why.
It is.
Because it's fucking 52 niggas on a roster compared to fucking 16. How the fuck is that equal? Nigga, you talking crazy.
I'm
It's
talking
more-
crazy.
You are, nigga, because you're saying it's
actually
fucking
is.
more white people in the NFL when it's only 16 people per team on the fucking basketball roster.
How many more-
compared to fucking 52. Of course, it's gonna be more
how
white
many
people.
how many NBA
God damn,
teams are
that
there?
sounds stupid.
How many
Shit.
how many NBA
If it's a third,
teams?
nigga, it's more. It's
How
more white people.
many NBA
Shit.
teams are there?
It's only 30, nigga.
Oh, so you're talking about
and it's
collective.
16 people.
I see where you're coming from.
But I don't give a fuck. You can
No.
Time out.
Listen,
you
listen,
can time out.
I see where you're
You
coming
can
from.
fucking double the roster of the NBA. Will make it 32 teams with 32 people on the team, but they have 52 fucking people on one team. Nigga, that's not no fucking comparison. What is you talking about?
Do all 52 play?
Nigga,
No.
Sometimes.
How many play?
Sometimes.
11.
See now.
No, see,
Now you getting.
No,
it ain't no
it's
C.
it
because
is.
we're just talking about the roster.
Right,
You only
and
see
we
one.
are.
We watch the Lakers.
But we are.
Nigga, we would just watch the Lakers. There's only one white person that played.
How many white starters? You're a Niner fan.
Uh-huh.
How many white starters do we have versus black starters?
Probably 4 to 5.
Silver one and the
4
gold
to
one.
5.
Right. I'm saying white starters versus black starters.
It's probably 4 to 5 white starters that play.
No. Versus black starters.
It's an average of one fucking starter on each team.
Or 2 or 3 starters.
No, nigga. Average.
Black.
We're saying average.
Black starters.
No. Black starters is 4.5.
4.5.
Listen.
It's about 10 teams that's gonna throw out fucking 5 black niggas that start. Come on now.
Listen,
Come on
man.
now.
Let me tell you
Come
something.
on now.
100.
Come on
Keeping
now.
it 100 with you.
It's one white
For
starter that
you
plays
to
on the
sit
league.
here and feel like and say that because of the roster numbers and the fact that the NBA just didn't take advantage of a situation,
They
it's
didn't.
totally okay.
They didn't take advantage. They didn't take advantage. This is the majority. The majority is more than management. If you work,
We
at
are the
fucking-
majority in both parties. We're the majority in the NFL, and we're the majority in the NBA.
I
And
understand
the
that.
two,
I understand
the two
that.
entities
I
treated this
understand
shit totally different.
They did, but when did I break it down? And I told you the major thing. The major thing is the guaranteed contracts, nigga.
And
that's the major thing.
You can keep saying that.
But that's the major thing.
You can
I gotta
keep
pay
saying
you
that.
regardless if you play or if you fucking don't play. We talked about Kawhi and fucking Paul. They ain't playing, but they getting paid.
That's a lot of niggas though.
No, in the NFL, nigga, you don't play. What happens the next year if you ain't gonna
Listen,
play? They gonna cut your ass.
You know
and you
why?
Ain't guaranteed.
Because it's called a signing bonus and guaranteed up front.
See, I think you getting it misfucking
No, I'm not.
construed. You are.
But it's the truth.
You are. It's not the truth.
NBA don't have
It
a signing
is.
It's
bonus.
not, nigga, the NBA got guaranteed contracts.
Oh,
The
okay.
guaranteed if I sign you for 5 years, $232 million. Soon as you sign that name, you know you're
What-
gonna get.
what's
Hold
the-
up. You know you're gonna get all 232.
You're gonna get all that money.
You're gonna get all that money in the NFL. If you sign,
What do they
if
say?
you sign a $10 million,
What's the first thing they say?
Hold up. If you sign what's the old boy name that signed with
Jamarcus.
Kansas
Philly.
City?
No,
Kansas
with
City.
Philly.
Kansas,
Let's talk
no.
about
No, Jamarcus Russell.
Kansas City.
Raiders.
no.
No,
Let's
fuck-
talk about
Remember him?
him.
He got that
Let's talk
guaranteed money.
about
that was guaranteed.
Let's talk
money.
about guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Because these niggas get guaranteed chip up fronter
They get it up
10.
front, but that be like 50
So
million.
that's not a listen.
That'd be like 50 million.
He keep
out
talking
of
about
200 million.
No, he keep
out of
talking-
200 million, nigga. What is you talking about?
The boy just signed for Philly. What was his guarantee?
His guarantee is what 132 million. If he reaches,
But that nigga signed he signed what, a 3-year, 4-year for let's say 250. Let's say he signed that for 250.
Exactly.
But the nigga got guaranteed, and this ain't bonuses and benefits and all that shit. This is guaranteed. So when this nigga signs the contract, 30 to 40% of his contract he already has.
I get that.
The
I get
reason
that.
why
I get that.
NFL and NBA shit is different is because of the length of the motherfucking season. Niggas can talk. We can have this debate.
I
would have
rather you said the nigga that played for Cleveland.
No, but
Played
listen,
82
listen,
games.
I would have rather
listen.
said you
We
said
can
the nigga
have
from
this
Cleveland.
debate.
He the only nigga that got
Oh,
a fully
no,
guaranteed
but listen,
contract.
we can-
Why didn't you bring that nigga up?
But listen,
he the only nigga that got
But
a
it's
fully
not about
guaranteed
that,
contract.
because it's not you
But
making
that's-
it about the contract.
Nigga, that's the only,
I'm making it about the impact.
nigga that,
Watson,
that got
Deshaun
the Messiah Watson.
But it's
he
not
the only
about
nigga
that.
with a fully guaranteed contract.
It's not about that though.
It is about
it's
that.
Not,
it's about
because-
getting all the money you signed for. What the fuck you mean? That's what it's about.
So NBA players are paid more.
It's not about getting paid
Is that
more.
what you're saying?
That's where you getting it fucked up. It's not about getting paid more. It's about a guaranteed contract. Soon as you sign that deal, you're getting all that money. In the NFL, it's
What
not
happened
like
to
that.
Darius Miles?
He got all his money.
What happened to Sean Kemp?
He got all his money.
And them niggas got paid when? And when after they even attempted to step on the court.
But they got all their
But
money.
listen, but what I'm
they got
saying
all their
is-
money, regardless what you're saying. They got all their money.
What the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What I'm telling you is that when it comes down
It
to
sound
it,
good,
the
nigga.
guarantee.
It sound good.
Listen,
it can sound good all you want to.
It's the
but,
guarantee,
nigga.
but that shit
on the
doesn't-
back end of the contract, just like old boy that played for Kansas City, he got a $500 million contract.
listen, man.
He might not see the whole
Listen to
$500
what
million.
I'm telling you.
They got incentives
You're trying
and
to
all of
base
that.
this shit on niggas' contracts agreements. And what I'm trying to
Man.
tell you is that the shit is based on bottom line. And the reason why the fucking NBA did the shit that they did is because they can get more money. And the reason why niggas exiled Kaepernick is because the nigga played in the NFL. Period, point blank. You can debate the shit or argue about the shit, but it's the truth. And the reason why niggas have guaranteed money is because niggas have to play 82 games. How many niggas? But how many niggas play 82 games?
Yeah.
How many niggas play?
Exactly.
But that's what
But
I'm
they
trying
still
to
getting
tell
paid
you.
because they
Listen.
got guaranteed contracts.
Listen,
You got niggas in the
exactamundo.
NFL.
So you think that the
Man.
motherfucking NBA is tripping off a nigga guaranteed contract when they trading and selling niggas off like they don't nigga? Look at Harden, look at Durant, look at
Man, you know what?
look
You
at
know
all the niggas in the
I'ma keep it
NBA
100 with
that
you.
have signed contracts with
I
no
feel
trade
you.
clauses
I feel you.
and all that shit and have been traded the same year they signed the fucking contract.
But the next team got to take over the contract.
But listen, it's not about that.
It
What I'm
is.
trying to tell
It
you is
is.
that
It's all
you
about the
keep
money.
trying to say that this, when it comes to this impact to this Black Lives Matter shit, that is based on contracts, my nigga, and it's not. It's based on taking advantage of the motherfucking situation. Like I said, from the franchise.
And wait.
From the NBA
Time
versus the NFL.
out. You said you're absolutely right. Taking advantage of what though?
The situation. I never said
what situation.
the whole Black Lives Matter
Fuck
movement.
the Black Lives Matter movement.
Period.
What's the situation that they're the entity
Black people
the
dying.
entity of NFL and the NBA? What are they taking advantage of?
Like I
Why?
said,
What?
once
Well,
again.
why? But why?
Why?
How can they take advantage of a nigga that's guaranteed and a nigga over here that got
Because
incentives
one is
to
making
get all
more
of that
money than the other because they play
NFL makes-
82 fucking
NFL
games.
makes more money. They make the most money out of baseball and all of that. Do you know that, right? You know that, right? Baseball make a lot of money because they play
Listen,
162
bruh.
games.
Let me tell you something,
But NFL is the number one
Let me
sport
tell you
in
something,
America.
Let me
Do
tell
you know
something,
that, right?
bruh.
NFL is the number one
Let me
sport
tell
in
you
America.
something, bruh. Why are NBA contracts higher than NFL? The NFL just got to 200 and shit and all that. They just got to that shit. Listen, they been paying niggas in the NBA 200 something plus, nigga. Like, listen, all of that. You see, this
Stop
is what's so
it,
crazy.
nigga.
Oh,
How
it's
much
the
is
truth.
Aaron Rodgers? How much did Aaron Rodgers get paid? $50 million. It's only like one or two
That
niggas.
nigga, listen.
Man,
How long
stop
was that
it.
contract for?
Like 2 years. It was a 2-year or
bruh.
3-year contract.
Listen, bruh.
Come
And
on
not-
now.
What's guaranteed?
That he plays those
But
games.
listen,
That he plays
only
those
thing that's
games.
guaranteed is the signing bonus. Just like you just said.
I know.
The niggas in the
That's
NBA
why I said
have
as
hold
long as he
on, but
plays.
Like I
As
said,
long as he
But
plays.
listen, just like you said, niggas have guaranteed contracts. The shit is not guaranteed in the NFL. So once again, the only thing that's guaranteed.
Nigga, don't
is
use
your
my
signing-
gripe against me.
Nigga, because
I'm the
you
one that
said
tried.
it.
I'm the one that tried to
Don't
tell
be
you.
mad at
that's
me,
the
little
reason.
puppet.
No, nigga. I love the way you trickling this shit and turning it around because I tried to tell you that's why the NFL don't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter because the contracts aren't fucking guaranteed.
Exactly.
That's what I
But
was trying to tell you.
You keep arguing with me because I said this shit since you said this shit. The reason why.
No, you
Hold on.
argue with me.
No.
Stop
I
it.
said the reason why the NBA took their stance was because of the fucking bottom line.
Yeah, but what okay, in any sport, okay, any sport, soccer, number one sport in the world, then football, then basketball, right? That's the order. Yeah. Right? So you got to think about it. If I pay Swaggy D $50 million a year, how much you think I'm making off of Swaggy D? At least 150.
Easy.
Exactly. So nigga, I gotta make my money. So in any particular person, they're gonna be like, okay, that's why baseball, unbeknownst, them niggas don't have a salary cap. Basketball has a salary cap.
They just introduced it, but yes, I understand.
Basketball just
No,
introduced
baseball.
it. Baseball, no, they still don't have a salary
Yes,
cap.
they do.
No, they don't.
Okay.
They do?
Yeah.
What, since when? This year?
No, like 3 or 4 years ago, but yeah, go ahead, proceed.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
They
baseball.
do. All the A-Rod. When the last time you seen a nigga sign an A-Rod? Listen, listen.
Stop it. You know what? I think we're gonna end this episode right now, man, because we getting a little bit offline.
Same difference.
And we gonna get
how many
on-
games
and we
are played in a baseball season?
Hold up, 162. But we gonna get on because Yeah, we've been going over 2 hours and 32 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's hella long.
Yeah. Nigga, well, hold on. Let me read that, nigga. Most team finances are not public, and in Major League Baseball is only one of the major North American men's sports professional leagues without a hard salary cap. NFL and NBA.
Hard.
Yeah, nigga, they
Meaning
don't.
a cap.
They
Still have one.
It's no cap, nigga. They can give a
A-Rod
nigga.
made sure of that.
They done gave nigga way more than they gave A-Rod.
But A-Rod made sure of that.
They just gave the nigga that played for San Diego, nigga, Soto, like $300 million, nigga, for like 10 years. You feel me?
How long is that contract?
It's long, but it's still no salary cap.
Okay.
It's no salary cap.
I feel you.
You can pay him that. You can pay.
You keep telling yourself that, and it said hard cap.
Man, okay. You can say what you want, nigga.
Si,
they
senor.
don't have no fucking
Si,
salary
senor.
cap on. Ain't no nigga. What the Brad say, nigga? Ain't no salary caps on top of my dollars, nigga.
They
You
do.
know what I'm saying? They don't
Ain't
have
no
a
more
hard cap.
A-Rods. There's no more Mike Piazza A-Rods. There's no more of those deals getting done.
After this episode, I want all of y'all to go look at the Nationals. What's the nigga that played?
What are you talking about? People are they're still getting them deals. Somebody just got Aaron Judge just got paid like $200 million, didn't he? Shit,
What did Aaron Judge What the fuck did Aaron Judge just do last year?
My boy,
It don't really fucking
What the
matter.
fuck did Aaron
It don't
Judge just
matter.
do last year?
It don't matter.
My boy from the Dodgers,
If they had a
Mookie
salary,
Betts just got paid.
Come
a whole lot
on,
of
man.
money.
What the fuck is you talking about?
But anyway,
these
let's wrap
niggas
this
is
up.
getting
How many
paid
games do they play?
But they play a lot. They play a lot. We gonna get out of here, man, because Flossie B over here, he talking this shit. You know what I'm saying?
About salary cap.
Yeah, because these niggas is getting major bucks, nigga. These
this up,
niggas
'cause
is
I gotta
getting
get outta
major
here.
bucks. You know what I'm saying? Use a soft salary cap. Has no salary cap instead of the luxury tax. That's how a lot of niggas get away with it.
Why do you get hit with the luxury tax?
Because you went
Juice?
over the
Because you
cap.
went over what?
You went over the cap. But that's talking about the NBA. Come on, that's talking about the NBA.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
NFL,
yeah.
NBA, I mean,
So even
baseball, they not
with
going
the
over.
cap.
Man, sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hey, even with the cap.
Oh man, I'm leaving. I gotta go. Y'all holding me up. I
Yeah,
got
man.
things to
We
do.
gonna get out of here,
Nigga,
man.
even with the cap, nigga.
We gonna start with Flossie B, man. You know what I'm saying? Any last words with your old salary cap ass?
Let me tell Monkey Mouse out there, man.
He can't hear
100.
this.
Let me tell Monkey Mouse out there.
Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying?
They give your last words. We don't hear that bullshit.
Nigga, stay focused on your mission and not your condition. Nigga, RP the Big G. Nigga, that's why I debate our way I do. Nigga, they said I should have been in Congress or a judge, blood.
Oh damn. Oh wow.
Oh shit! All right, Nia,
damn.
what's going on?
I had to swallow my water before
Yeah,
I
we got
because-
fucking gangsters paradise over here. You know what I'm saying?
Said, okay. Just love each other and love yourselves. That's all. And stop trying to use mental health unless you really have a mental health issue.
Like
man.
juice.
Fuck you. Oh shit. Swaggy D, what's up, buddy?
All right, man. I want to say thank you guys. This was a beautiful episode. You know, episode 80.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? We reaching a milestone. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate everybody who's been on the show so far. We welcome more people to come on the show. If you got topics you want to talk about, come on and bring your topics. We are welcome to anybody who want to come on the show. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm gonna say thank you guys.
For sure, man.
Oh, thank you.
That nigga being nice.
Yes, he is. We're gonna take advantage of this.
You feel me? Episode motherfucking 80, man. I ain't really got no last words, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying, be yourself. And, you know what I'm saying, whatever your perspective is on life, you know what I'm saying, if it's better to change it, go ahead and change it so you can see it better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We just all gotta, you know, we gotta live in this world with other people. You know what I'm saying? I get this from the episode Beef. you never know what other people are going through when you're going through some shit yourself. So always,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying,
and
have
that shit
compassion.
fire, though.
Yeah, always have compassion for your neighbor because you never know what they going through. You know what I'm saying? Always be the bigger person.
Yeah. Check that out on
you know
Netflix.
What I'm saying? Yeah, check that out on Netflix, man. And y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna watch out for that new wave Shop Talk movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we gonna get that motherfucker going, man. Shout out to Nia at Braised by Nia. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Braised by Nia Sutherland, Mr. Swaggy D, Flossy B. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget the underscore before the B. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Flossy B? Hurry up.
My bad, my apologies. It's a space B, but just 100 slap by the pound. We running numbers right now. I want to thank all of my fans, everybody that's streaming my shit, especially on Spotify. I'm about to hit 100,000 streams by the end of this month. So thank you. Thank everybody in Helsinki, Finland. Thank everybody in Germany. Thank everybody in China, everybody in Switzerland, Brazil. I love you guys. Thank you. And I truly love and appreciate the support, man, and more to come. So thank you guys. Shameless plug.
My boy running numbers, you know what I'm saying? This shit is brought to you by, you know what I'm saying, famouslyBroke.com, Famously Broke on IG, New Wave Shop Talk, New Wave Barbershop, you know what I'm saying? Hit us up, man, and we out of this motherfucker, man. Episode 80, you know what I'm saying?
80s.
Let's go, man.
Shout out to Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry and all my 80s babies, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
You're now tuned in to the number one podcast. I give you New Wave Shop Talk, Shop Talk, Shop Talk. New Wave Shop Talk, New Wave, New Wave. Got something on your mind? Let's talk about it. Shop Talk, Shop Talk. Leave a comment, we'll talk about it. New Wave, New Wave.
Talk about these white women, you know what I'm saying, and these rappers taking up all the good acting jobs. I need some of them acting gigs. So all y'all directors, holla at your boy.